Frankie dislikes duels.
We disliked it, but we accept it.
Whoa.
Frankie will remember that.
He hasn't been the most
Frankie
likable
will.
himself.
Yeah, the little chat box came on. It says Frankie disliked that.
Yep.
That'd be
A
a
lot of
problem if
dislike
Jules
going
cared.
around.
Yeah.
Last session.
Ooh,
You all went to Finley, which was a town that had recently reappeared. Its residents had been gone for about 50 years on a holy pilgrimage.
50?
50 years.
I thought you said 15 last session.
50. No,
Longer
I
than
said
the
That's
Israelites in the
wild.
Yep.
wilderness.
So they've been gone from their town for the longest time, and they have come back with horses. And you all helped them with some of their equine-related problems.
We'll start shooting indiscriminately.
My UN-related problems are that I can't get a date.
But congratulations, you all have been declared honorary bronies. So
No.
you're good to go.
I was never positive about the horse thing.
Yes, neither was I.
Let the
Tabs
record
is
show.
canonically a horse girl.
Gosh.
I have one of those caddy things. The
Oh yeah, you have a swagger stick.
yeah, swagger
Yeah.
stick.
That's right. Remind me to send the stats for
Yeah.
that to totally figure those out. I believe, actually, you know what? I have this bookmarked, so I'll just go ahead and pull it up. They essentially do the same thing that sugar bombs do, which is. I thought I had this bookmarked.
It's like a sugar
That's
bomb.
what your cake is.
Sugar shockers.
I got that reference.
It was like
Yes, if you've
4
taken
cups
audio
of
We
sugar
took the
in it.
same classes.
I think
That's
we were
a lot of
in-
sugar
we
for
were
that
in
one
the
cake.
same
Sugar
I
bombs.
don't think we were.
That's what it
in
goes.
that one.
Yeah, we
It's
were
because
in
each
like a
individual
different-
component has its own
something.
sugar.
Well,
Does it do
regular,
any
like, all the
damage?
senior
Cup and a
classes,
third.
but-
is
Just
just
one
the,
damage
Nope,
die
not all the
damage.
frosting is on the cake.
Wow. Okay, it's exactly what I thought.
Most of it, but not all of it.
Did you
Sugar
save the
bombs
rest to just eat
give
it?
you one action point at the start of the next scene.
Hmm.
So
Wait, so it's a thing that you eat?
no, it's a inspiration stick or motivation stick is what I'll call it.
Is it chems?
Swap.
It's a stick.
It's
You
a
hit someone and they
schmacker.
get encouraged to go do something.
What?
I'll say it's plus 1 AP towards any movement-based check.
This is the second time
Go.
I've had to not say the same thing.
I don't
but for
suggest
different
ever using it.
reasons.
It's mostly a gimmick weapon, but Fallout has a lot of those. So
Okay.
I
It
forgot.
does.
I also got that cap or the trucker hat, right?
yes,
Oh, the
that's
detail
right.
What are,
hat.
I need to add it to my character sheet.
Correct. That one allows you to reroll 1d20
I have a pencil. Anybody have a
if
pencil?
you're talking to a DTL.
Oh, this is a
employee.
pen.
It's a pen.
Does that
normal
work on Jules?
She's
Jules
not
has
a
a decision
DTL.
on that.
Ah,
on. Say one more time.
Does what?
Does the trucker cap work on you, since you are a DTL employee?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
The bold choice.
The bold choice. The fun choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, fun representative. That works on me.
Buster's not a fun representative.
Okay.
That doesn't work on him.
Okay.
Only she allows it.
Yeah.
I'm like the fun one.
As I mentioned, there was a little bit of drama amongst.
So I could use it on
Honestly,
Buster.
I'd say the entire party. A lot of disagreement on what had been done with the raiders. Mainly, most of that was directed towards Frankie. Sorry, Frankie. Most people were not fans of the just pay him off, avoid the fight kind of strategy.
It was fine.
it was a little bit unorthodox, but it'll work.
Yeah.
It
There
didn't
you
work.
20% of the
didn't.
time, it works. 100% of the time.
I'll take those odds.
That's
Those,
how that works.
those sound good.
It's math.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why we're just figuring out which of our faces to operate in which areas.
So, before we begin with the next session, I have an important question to ask you all that I asked before session and we ran out of time. What is your initiative?
14.
14.
14.
17. Final answer.
17.
Right?
Girl.
Give me a second to do this
It's
once,
the thing.
one at a
Hey.
time.
Your luck is also really good.
Yep.
Sorry, you can't edit it once it's in there.
What?
did you up?
You can't edit
this
the
work?
initiative
What have
in
you
an
up
existing character. You
in
have to
terms
create a
of-
new
Well,
one.
I took the one thing where you get an extra special point.
Yours is accurate,
and
though.
then
Yours is still
with
in there.
leveling up, I
Yeah.
just took the ghost
All right.
perk or whatever so I could be sneaky. But
Sorry.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
New system.
God.
Who dis?
Hard to maneuver.
New system. New game. Who did?
Oh.
It does not.
Don't bug the
it's not
mic.
the same.
What's yours?
He's
Oh, 14.
snogging the mic, practically.
What?
I don't know.
No, you
Yours is
don't.
also 14?
That's not what that is.
No,
But I don't know what else to call it.
it's not snogging.
Okay, the mic is nuzzling him.
So,
Say that one more
hey,
time.
any
I
other
will target you in the
conversation
next
topic?
fight.
All right, I have tons of HP. Do it.
You have exactly 1 more HP than you had last session.
Yeah,
does
so
that
I
make
have
you feel?
15.
Wow.
I have lost none
Chloe,
ever.
what is Tabitha's initiative?
17.
I've never lost HP in the whole campaign.
Frankie hasn't either.
Oh,
Nor have
corporate shill.
What?
Call him a
Throwing
show?
out insults now?
Yeah, I didn't have a good one related to it.
Jules,
So
what
I
is
did
your
one
initiative?
unrelated.
13.
I'm also saying that all of you have 1 hit point, which is my code for I'm not keeping track of your hit points. You guys are. And then finally, Margie, what's your initiative number?
13.
Hey, same score.
Yeah. We're twinsing on the initiative.
We actually are, because we're also like, I think we have the same hit points, and I think we have the same, what else? We've got like the same for all of our stuff.
Like a lot of it.
Yeah. It's actually wild.
All right,
It's 'cause
let's
we
see
have
if
similar
this worked. Is
dump
everyone
stats.
added? Yes, you are. Wonderful. So now I have a system to actually keep track of initiative. Excellent. Remove everyone. We're not fighting it. Well, you will eventually. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. All right.
If Frankie has anything to do about it, we will.
Well, thankfully,
Why
we
is
cleared that up
Frankie
last
getting
session.
more flack?
Uh,
I thought Jules was friends with
Don't
Frankie.
worry, we cleared
He
that
just
up
said he
last
didn't
session.
like Jules.
He didn't like her decision to torture the prisoners.
Torturing the prisoners.
Someone else was the
I
one who
wanted-
said make it hurt.
I mean, hey, we cleared that up last session. I'm gonna take care of all
Turning
robberies.
over a new leaf.
I think that
I'm
Frankie
gonna take
and Fletcher
care
need
of
to go to
robberies.
relationship
He
counseling.
can take care of whatever non-dangerous situations we come across.
That is basically what
Horses.
Jules
Takes
has got in mind. is-
Especially the dangerous situations. Frankie will take care of that, Doc. You're weak and frail. We gotta keep the young ones.
You're
ones in front of
also
the pack.
weak
Do you
and
want me to
frail.
sedate
What are you
him
talking
next
about?
time we get
Frankie?
robbed?
Frankie's at his peak right now.
I have a
He is
syringer.
peak
No.
physical build.
That's a sad
For a
statement.
ghoul.
That's sad.
So anyway, after a momentous start to our session, what's
Yes.
going
Shout
on?
anyway, about.
You all are going to Columbus. You are going specifically to, well, probably first DTL station. Actually, that's a great question to ask you all. That's where Buster's going, but do you all want to head straight to the to German Village?
Get what information we can from DTL first, I would say.
Yeah, let's stop at the DTL place and have a quick word with them.
If only just
Okay.
to check that, like, Courtlant is still alive, you know?
That's valid. Okay. So, soon as you all are traveling from, I believe Marion was the last town that you guys were in, you would start to see some of the looming pre-war skyscrapers of Columbus. I mean, it's Columbus. We're not talking New York here, so it's not like a giant skyline, but maybe for some of you, this may have been the biggest city you've ever seen. Tabs, that might be the case for you. Margie, you were in Kansas City,
Yeah.
which is probably,
Also, possibly St. Louis.
oh, St. Louis is definitely as big as this.
those mountains have windows in them.
Yeah, you might not have seen a big city before.
Having my voice for that. Wow. Even the horses didn't do that to me.
The horses were like 3 days ago, man.
Yeah. I still know about
Is
them.
anybody still sick?
Am I all healed up? I guess that's my question.
Yes, you are. Make sure and keep track of statuses on like character sheets and that sort of stuff.
And then HP is also good, correct?
To have.
That's a great question. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say that you all have gotten some rest and haven't been in a serious fight. And your serious wound was treated as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you all are approaching the city, Buster would just ask you all kind of the same question that I just asked you. So, are you all good to just go straight to the Arnesium?
Yeah.
It would probably be better than going to fight the Topple soldiers right away.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Well, this'll be good. It's a nifty town, I'd say. Definitely well defended, that's for sure. Okay. Is there any business you all would like to take care of before arriving in this Armnasium he mentioned? More on that later.
I mean, is there anything else we can do, I guess?
Any conversations? No scavenging. That comes later.
Some stuff I maybe would have liked to do like earlier on, like after leaving the horse place, but not stuff like right before Columbus.
Okay, yeah, we can retcon a combo here.
Because I feel like I need to talk with Pip about what Frankie said.
Yes.
It's okay.
The emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
So probably sometime later that evening, she would check in and say, "So, Pip, about what Frankie said earlier. How are you feeling
Yeah.
about it?"
A bit confused, I guess. Well, I don't know. I just haven't really thought about my own emotions and that sort of thing that much before.
Confused how?
Well, I certainly feel things. I have opinions on matters, and I like some things and don't like others. So, what exactly... How would you define an emotion?
It's a tricky question.
Mm-hmm.
You know what an emotion is, Pip. You felt them.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'd call, but...
What Mr. Franklin was trying to say is that I created your emotions for you.
Uh-huh.
And you understand he's misinformed.
Right.
He doesn't know what you are.
That's true.
And you remember why that is.
I do? Wait. That he's misinformed? Hold
About
on,
why
sorry.
we don't tell Mr. Franklin and others what you are.
Oh, yes.
So you understand how he would have come to such a conclusion.
That's true. I mean, even with what I am, though, I mean, how do you know that you have emotions? I mean, I feel like I do. Is that it?
That's enough.
Oh. Well, gee. I wish I'd thought of that earlier.
That's what the rest of us do, Pip.
Ah. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
Did what Mr. Franklin say hurt you?
No. I think he was probably saying it out of a place of insecurity.
Wow.
Sometimes you're more
Good
insightful
point.
than I anticipate. You know, if he knew what it is that you are, that he wouldn't say something like that. Right?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, some people just have that opinion about, artificial life and that sort of thing.
Well, most people haven't seen genuine artificial life before.
True.
You are special, Pip.
Oh, you're just saying that.
I am not. Just don't take it to heart.
You're just complimenting your own work when you say that, right?
I've got a very big head about you.
Aha. Okay. Well, yes, I am special. And that means that you're special too, because you made me. Oh, wait.
I don't
no, I was
think
made
I
by
added a
hotel.
flattery subroutine, but I'll take it. But yes, hotel. Stick to the story.
Do we have a name of the hotel?
I will come up with one if and when it's required.
Okay. I think it should be like something in French, like the Eclair or something like that.
I mean, I appreciate the idea.
Okay.
I'm not sure a hotel named after a food would do too well.
Wait, that's a food? I thought that was a person.
No. An eclair is it's like a pastry
Uh-huh.
with like filling, custard.
So there's all these people running around that are named after a pastry?
Have you ever met somebody named Eclair?
I've known many eclairs.
You've known many Claires.
Oh. Okay, wait, sorry. I thought people were just using a weird article in front of their name. They were saying, like, I am a Claire. Like, I am a Pip. Oh. Good to know that grammar hasn't gone out the front door. Nice.
Learning a lot today.
Whew. That's nice.
Well, just keep part when talking with Mr. Franklin. Yes.
Keep part?
Keep heart.
I'll try. He seems like a nice guy.
I don't think he meant it personally.
That's kind of the vibrations that I got.
Have you had any progress with Margie yet?
I don't think she's an Assaultron, which is rather disappointing, if I say so myself.
It was a promising theory.
But if she is, she probably has a very intense firewall that is preventing me from hacking her.
I mean, if I was an Assaultron disguised as a human, I probably would too.
Jules, are you an Assaultron? You can tell me. You can trust me.
I'm not.
You're not?
No,
Really?
I don't have a mask, Pip.
It could be a really good one.
You've known me for 6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever once malfunctioned? I don't mean in a human way.
Okay. Remember, I said you're special.
That's really pulling me through here.
Yes. Good. Okay.
All right, well, I wanted to check on you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out on the rest. I'd like to hear your opinions when you have them.
Oh boy. I'll make sure and file them in a 3-page report on each one.
You can just tell me.
Okay. Whew. I hate typing.
Dr. Fletcher would also like to talk to Jules
Yeah.
and Pip shortly after all this.
What exactly is after all this?
Well, after
the horse stuff?
probably an hour or two after the argument and the horse stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Post horse.
Dr. Fletcher,
Oh, I just wanted to check up on the Pip, you call him.
you can just call him Pip.
Oh, Pip.
It's a name, not a designation.
It'd be funny if it was. I am the pippiest of pips. Lord of Pipton.
Fascinating. So, I apologize for what Mr. Frankie said. I'm sure he didn't mean it. I'm just curious about your personality and emotions.
You don't need to apologize for something someone else has done. You're supposed to apologize for something that you've done.
Good point, Pip. Have I done anything to offend you?
This is quite the position of power I'm in right now. No. I'll be honest. You have not. Yet. I got my eye on you, and a hand just boop, 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 boop appears on the screen.
I love him.
Fascinating. And you programmed him yourself.
Well, I stripped him from a hotel. He was a hospitality subroutine there in Chicago.
May I rent your coat, sir?
I think some of what I've done to get him to where he is right now may have scrambled some of his other functions.
And how did you determine his personality? Is that something that was already there, or did you...
That's something that came a little bit later. I've had Pip for nearly 6 years now. I've had time.
That's very nice. Well, it was good to talk to you, Pip, and I hope to
Of
get to
course.
know you much better going forward in this trip.
Oh.
Actually, Dr. Fletcher, did things go well with Mr. Franklin back there?
Well as could be expected. As far as... Well, I'm not sure whether I trust him to go along with this or not, but we decided that I would handle any further robberies or more hostile negotiations that present more danger going forward.
Wait, we're robbing people?
No.
If someone tries to rob us.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
Dr. Fletcher, I don't think you'd make a good burglar. No offense.
None taken. But we came to an agreement that I would handle the more immediate danger negotiations and conversations, and he can handle the more friendly face of the party.
That's good.
things.
That's
You
the
know,
resolution I would have
din-
asked for.
Dinner parties and tea parties, that sort of thing.
Or anybody else who is a legitimate business contact and does not want us dead.
Did you just say tea party? That sounds amazing. I really want to do one of those.
Have you ever had tea?
No, I haven't.
Is he allowed to drink tea?
Usually I just put a cup next to the Pip Boy.
Wait, are you saying that that Jules has had tea parties with Pip in the past?
Not tea parties.
You know,
Mrs. Nesbit.
I wonder. I wonder if it would be possible. You know how taste works, chemical receptors in the mouth. I wonder if, with my knowledge of chemistry and your knowledge of technology, we could give Pip the ability to taste tea.
Actually, Doctor, I think that's the first thing you've said on this trip that I've approved of. I'm willing to consider it if you are.
I am willing to consider it, although it does come as a bit of a surprise that that's the first thing you've approved of.
I've always wanted a tongue.
I'm exaggerating.
All right, well, I'll get to work seeing what I can figure out as far as receptors go, or artificial ones.
I'll start working on it on my end, too. I can't devote all of my time to it. I would like to finish this book before we get to Columbus, in case there's a bookseller there I can switch out for.
Maybe you shouldn't mention that in your DTL reports. We spent crucial amount of time working on a tongue for Pip.
I mean, what do they expect us to do out here in the middle of the wilderness, on the way to their destination?
We can even do smell.
According to the DTL handbook, you should do more icebreaker exercises.
I think we're not going to do more icebreaker exercises. I am the company representative, you know.
That's true. You're the boss.
There's already enough breaking of ice in the party as it is.
A little bit too much, maybe. Oh, I appreciate it, Doctor.
Yes, of course. And I'd love to learn a little bit more about how Pip functions.
It's all very technical, but I could try.
Yes.
I've never been the best at simplifying my work.
Neither have I. I'm sure I can pick it up.
And about you and Mr. Franklin, I think that resolution is probably for the best. You
Yes,
two are different tools.
I do intend to stick to my end of the agreement so long as he sticks to his.
And I'm not going to oversee any conversations, but I can arbit the result.
Yes. Well, I hope that we survive and that the rest of this trip goes smoothly.
Thanks for stopping by, Doctor.
Of course.
Thanks, Dr. Fletcher.
Yes, of course, Pip. Looking forward to working with you.
And I would shake your hand if I had one. Can you make me a hand?
I'll just do it for you for now.
I don't know
And
if
she
I-
would reach out to shake Fletcher's hand.
Pleasure to doing business with you, Dr. Fletcher.
Yes.
Enjoy your stay. Sorry, force a habit.
I will.
You're getting pretty good at this.
Yes.
As Dr. Fletcher walks away.
I know. I bet next year I'll be the manager of the Eclair.
It's not the Eclair.
Well, come up with a better name then.
Fine.
Okay. All right. So back to traveling. Eventually, you all would essentially head towards the dead center of town, towards the towering skyscrapers of Columbus. But eventually, you would head toward... Oh, the meme. Solid meme. But heading to the center of town, you would eventually be going to a much less building populated area. That's not the right phrase to use at this. Building dense? I don't know. Sort of area. A much more curated area that looks like it has a lot of not nicely tended lawns. This is the wasteland. Nobody mows a lawn for a living anymore. But eventually in your sight you would see a building that looks like almost a brick castle. With very, I guess, obtuse curves on it, almost a little bit comical. But it looks like an actual medieval castle. It's about... I'm not good with geographic dimensions. Maybe like... a quarter of a mile long and like a tenth of a mile wide, I guess. It's pretty big. It's not like medieval castle, but it's very castle-like. And as you all would approach, you would see countless the Ohio State militiamen guarding it and training outside. You'd see squadrons of soldiers marching outside on what look to be proper marching grounds. And given that they are wearing marching band uniforms, it just kind of makes sense. Displayed in front of the town would be a giant sign that just says, The Armnasium. This is an actual building that existed in the 50s, but it was demolished in 1959. It is literally both an armory and a gymnasium. So during peacetime, it would be a gymnasium that is styled like a castle. I'll send pictures of it later, but it's crazy how much of a castle this thing looks like. It's the perfect place to actually have a town in, wasteland Ohio. But sure, you can store ammunition in it. You can also have an Olympic-sized swimming pool in it, and I believe there's a whole running track inside it. I don't know why they tore this thing down and built an art museum on top of it. Womp womp. But it's back here in the Fallout universe. Entering into this building, you would see most of it is one great wide hall, like entering a super duper long gymnasium. Inside it would be bustling with activity of different merchants, lots of stalls inside, people selling. My mind went immediately to baked goods. Just food, regular food, not necessarily baked goods. Sure, there's someone selling a sweet roll somewhere around here, no doubt. But people selling bits and bobs, odds and ends, various kinds of knickknacks, various kinds of firearms, maybe kinds of chems. You'd have to look a little harder for that. But mostly, the most dominant thing you can see in this town is the presence of militiamen and militia women. I'm using the term militiamen pretty generically. This is the headquarters for the Ohio State Militia, is on the Ohio State University's campus, but it's not called that in this because copyright. I don't know. Let's just call it Columbian University. Why not? It's Columbus. That probably also exists, doesn't it?
Columbia University does.
There we go. We add an N. They can't sue the pants off us. We're good.
And sue our shirts off, but not our pants.
That's
They
right.
can take
We'll
my
have
socks.
some of our dignity.
The Ohio State Community College.
There we
Oh.
go.
They've been downgraded.
Yeah.
Oh, the
We
apocalypse.
don't
see
really
for that.
offer like postgraduate degrees.
It's
In
great.
the
It's great to get a
apocalypse.
start out of
Yeah.
life, but it's not where you want to end up. Community college is great. Don't.
Yeah.
If you want a proper
Except
education,
for
you
the one
gotta
in my
go to the
hometown that had a
enclave.
12% graduation rate.
Whoa. Wow.
That's cheating.
So,
So this is DTL headquarters, huh?
Well, in the region, in Columbus, I guess, there's definitely a bigger one northeast of here in the town that I also have named. That is not on my document right now. But this is the biggest one in the region. Buster, Brahman's still in tow inside this building, would lead you all to essentially what looks to be both a booth in this great hall and a back room behind it that's just labeled in a much more formal sign than most of the other merchant booths here, Delroy Trade Lines, with the actual DTL logo
That's on your hat.
emblazoned on it.
I am
Yes.
wearing my hat with the goggles on top.
He would lead Clarence over there first and just say, okay, well, I'm just going to go take Clarence here to an actual stall and away from all the other bustling people. He gets a little antsy.
Are we going to see you again?
Good question. I'll join you all for the conversation with, you can talk to, let's see, you can talk to
Mr.
Leon Folsom.
Folsom?
Or you
Or
could talk to
Miss Appleby?
Bingo. I'd say start with Mr. Folsom, says a man who is presumably Mr. Folsom. Looks to be in his 40s, balding head, as formal work clothing as one can wear in the wasteland. Pants way too high, because that's just another 50s fashion thing. let me guess, you guys are the freelancers for, you're trying to pick up Cortland, right?
Most of us are.
Most of you.
I'm the company rep.
Oh, pleased to meet you. Leon Folsom.
Jules Ortega.
So what do you do with DTL?
Technological upgrades and maintenance mostly.
Oh, so you're like the terminal person.
Yeah.
This is spectacular news. We've been having some problems with our local terminal. Some guy definitely brought in Pitfall to try on the terminal, and it was a fake copy, virus, whole thing hasn't been down. That guy has been fired. He's gone.
That does seem like a job for me.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'll just talk with the rest of you all, and you can just go handle that.
Actually,
right?
I think I'll be here while you have that conversation, and then I'll go fix it.
Oh, so you're more than just terminal help then.
Well, I'm terminal help and the company representative for this.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry then. Sorry, I thought that the company just sent you to fix our terminal. My bad.
No, but it's a welcome side effect.
Aha. This is my associate, our operations manager. This is Nicole Appleby. And you would see a woman in her 50s, rather short, long gray hair. Pleased to meet you all.
I shake her hand as well.
So, what do you all know about this Cortland situation?
We know he is a meteorologist that Mr. Delroy wanted to get into contact with. We know he's
Sorry,
been...
what is a meteorologist?
A meteorologist is somebody who keeps track of the weather, who's a weather scientist.
Oh, okay. That's pretty important at this time.
And Mr. Delroy wanted to reach out to him, and so we've been sent to do that. I hear that he's been taken by the Doppelsoldiers.
Oh, yes. That is correct. He has.
Now, what can you tell us about that whole situation and the Doppelsoldiers in general?
Well, I would say you all are in somewhat good luck. They're one of the most civilized gangs in Columbus, I'd say. Think they fancy themselves as mercenaries more than raiders, but practically speaking, they're raiders. They really like the idea of getting hired to be some sort of security force, but they're just not trusted, or not trustworthy. Most of them use pikes, which is definitely unique,
That much I heard.
right?
I also hear they have a fondness for beer.
Correct. They're holed up in some old restaurant in German village.
Is it Schmitz?
Yes.
Look aloft.
Okay, we all gotta go on a group trip there
I
sometime
know
soon.
we do.
Anyway,
Some Hofbrauhaus or something.
How reasonable or negotiable are they?
Very. We actually, Appleby here actually tried getting into contact with them. And they didn't shoot me, which is good. But they are demanding a pretty hefty ransom. 2,000 caps. Which is a lot over our allowance for any sort of ransom. And also, he's not even technically in the company. So, unfortunately, we won't be able to pay that.
Is it so? As far as gangs go, are they just another gang that's out for loot, or are they looking for more of a name and a reputation and prestige?
Definitely the latter. That's what they struck me as. They're more organized, but that also means that they're a bit less ruthless.
Have you tried a counteroffer with them?
Yes. We. Sorry to say this to you all, but this is. Well, Miss Ortega, I'm sure you're aware of this, that kind of in the company, this is a bit of a wild goose chase. We don't really. Cortland isn't in the company. He's not part of the company. This isn't official company business. This is just, well, the boss's business. And we want to do anything that we can to help, but
Are there any non-financial incentives that you can give to them to release Cortland?
I've got a couple of ideas.
We could always just,
I do
shoot
as
him.
well. Well, we could, or
Could.
if we did that, though, we risk the hostage being killed.
They
Sound
haven't
like
got a
a
force of
fire.
100 from what we heard from Finley. So I don't think
More
that'd be
than
a good
100.
idea. More than
It's a pretty
100.
hefty force.
It would be risky, to say the least, to go in shooting.
Now, what
Absolutely.
happened when you made your counteroffer?
And what was the
They-
counteroffer?
They made it. They barely have 100 caps. I offered 150, which is way over what we could possibly spare. And they said, counteroffer, 1750.
So they're willing to negotiate,
Yes, they cut the price down 250 caps.
which, considering their starting point, was generous.
It also indicates that they're a little bit more professional in the way that they conduct their business.
I suppose so.
I think they can be negotiated with if we find something else that they would accept that's not financial.
Yeah.
Perhaps some kind of a deal with DTL that's, well, de facto doesn't do anything but gives them a bit of the prestige they seek.
We're not doing business with them.
It's not really what the company's made for.
They rob people. Doesn't matter what they might want to be. That's what's in their past.
Of course, but if we offer them a job
Hey.
with DTL and then
Hey Doc,
Who
I
says we have to
recall
do it?
you being upset at Frankie for trying to negotiate with them other raiders. So wouldn't this kind of be, same sort of thing?
it wouldn't be.
You're also proposing we hire more than 100
Oh, no.
individuals.
I'm not saying we keep our end of the deal at all.
Oh, both
Are you
Folsom
saying we're gonna
and
trick
Appleby just look at each other.
Now, the problem if you do that is that makes a force of over 100 very mad at the detail representatives left here in town after we leave.
Correct. And as I'm sure you all know, DTL's motto is
Frankie's going to pull out the company handbook that he got
Do
from Mr.
or
Holster.
do not. There
He's going
is
to
no
recite
try.
the company slogan.
Do you
That's
want
not
to
the
try
right
and
answer.
hide that you're looking at that?
Frankie would probably at least have the slogan memorized. Anything else like
The
With
slogan
great
is it.
power
Yeah, that's it.
comes
Okay.
great
That's all he's going.
responsibility.
Jules just kind of tucks her
Can
head.
I
Jules?
can I roll for memory check?
Yeah, sure. I'll allow speech because that's how slogans work. Not charisma though. This is intelligence. Intelligence plus speech.
Saying it
Jules,
feels like a company drone.
Do you think Jules would know the slogan? It's pretty
Yes.
common.
Yes.
Can I ask what the difficulty is?
2.
Don't use luck
Wait,
for this.
wait.
Do not use-
My formal hat. This is the
114.
first time I've met
That's
someone.
true.
That's great.
That's correct.
I have a casual head.
Shoot,
It
was
means
it
that I don't
was it reroll
get
or
any
I think it was a
difficulty
reroll.
brightly.
It's a reroll.
I'd say
Two,
that counts.
that's actually 3 successes because
Wow.
that's under my tag.
1 point of momentum. Jules and Frankie. The motto of DTL is trustless or trustful in these trustless times.
Trustless.
You can't trust us.
You can't trust
Wait.
us.
She
Wait,
takes
that's
an
all.
interest in her notebook.
Trustful in these trustless times.
That's right. And you're just a freelancer. I'm impressed.
So we don't anger them then.
And we also don't offer them a false deal. That's not a good reputation.
All right,
We're
then.
people of our word.
All right, then what other gangs and organizations are there in this area,
Well-
in this region?
I'm thinking we probably shouldn't rule that out just yet, your idea. You are, after all, freelancers, not a part of DTL.
So,
That offers you some
right,
impunity.
we
You all
don't-
could also maybe get some more information. I don't know everything about them. You could probably check with the militia, and they'd have a lot more.
Now, who were your contacts in the Doppel Soldiers? Who did you meet with?
Oh boy, I don't remember any of the peons' names. But the leaders, everyone just called him Zersterer or Zerstorer or something like that. Pretty sure I heard one person just call him Mike though.
Can I roll a check on that to try and figure out what German word they're trying to say?
Do you know German?
I had a very classical education, Spencer.
So you
if
know Latin.
if it was a Romance language, I might allow you to do that.
All right,
but it's
fair
German.
enough.
German is used in a lot of operas.
Of which I've read at least a couple.
Name one German opera.
Wagner's.
No, I'm not talking to you. Sorry.
Wagner's.
Flight of the Valkyries is from the.
Oh, Flight of the Valkyries.
You mentioned that they're kind of mercenaries looking for work. Do you know if they've worked for any other groups here in the area? in
Nope.
the past?
Nope.
Any group there? No.
Is there
They keep
another?
robbing people.
I don't know.
Is there another group that is also causing DTL trouble? We could pit the groups against each other. And not say that they
Well-
cause them to fight, but we give them a reason to work for us.
Here's the
Sneaky.
problem. They're also already antagonistic to all other raider gangs. I don't know
Of
how you
course.
could pit them more against each
No,
other.
I'm suggesting that we negotiate an alliance with them. That they protect
Out of the question.
that they protect DTL interests as
Nope.
far as they are aware, but to the public, nobody knows about this. They just continue fighting other raider groups as previously.
But if they ever get any publicity, this is gonna go incredibly sour for DTL.
This may be a bit of a long shot. What is the most interesting kind of beer we could get them from our supply?
Beer. That sounds like bribing them, which is a big no in DTL.
It sounds like changing the
Wait a
terms of
minute.
the ransom.
Wait a minute. I can brew some.
You can brew some beer.
Yes, of course I can.
Is that part of your
Simple
skill as a doctor?
Simple chemistry.
Wow. These are the freelancers that Mr. Delroy hired. We have a brewer in the party.
I mean, I could brew chems, but that goes a little bit past my moral code.
And a little bit
Chems,
past
sir.
DTS.
I'm not saying I would do it.
Miss Ortega. Oh, okay. You're just saying you could if you wanted to.
I could. I have the know-how.
Okay.
For the record, Ulster hired them, not me.
Noted.
I could manufacture explosives if we needed, but don't really need that right now.
Might
Those
send
are
the wrong
actually
message.
okay in DTL's book. We sell explosives. Do you want some plastique?
Not at the moment.
Okay. You will do get a discount.
Nice.
What is plastique?
It's plastic.
C4.
Okay.
Oh.
It's C4.
I thought it was just fancy, like, plastic.
Nope.
Like,
It's
The French are like,
plastic.
this is plastic.
Yeah, we
And
use
we're like,
plastic
plastic. They're like,
bags.
no, it blows
Now that you
up.
mention
At
it,
Walmart, we use plastic bags. Here you go.
now that you mention it, actually, how much would it cost?
Dr. Fletcher?
It's actually a really high ticket item. For some C4, it would probably be 200 caps. But with your DTL discount, you get 20% off. So it would be 180
that's-
caps.
Pretty decent discount.
Wait. Math?
20%, 1/5, it'd be 40.
160.
Oh, oops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Math. No thanks. Okay, there
You
you
give
go.
a 20%
Never mind. I'll
discount.
make my own at some point.
Okay. That
Doc,
we might have to talk about that at a game.
Doc, what do you need this plastique for? What are your plans?
I don't have any plans for it. It's just if I ever
Okay.
wanted to use it.
Well,
It's also fun to play with.
I'd say we probably ought to talk to the militia before we go in there, but I think first step will probably just be acquainting ourselves with Doppel soldiers. They need to know there are new players in the game now. We can talk about your idea before we go.
Well, I'd be fine taking you all over there. I probably talk more to them than Folsom does. Folsom's just running everything.
We'd
That's
appreciate
right.
the introduction.
All right. One morning though, I think it's a good idea to talk to them officially. It's the best idea. But if this doesn't go well, I have someone else in the militia. No, don't worry, I'm not proposing going to some raider band or something. That might also be able to help us out. But I think we should probably go through official channels first. That's how we do things in DTL. Just wanted to lay that out.
Good to know we have options.
Who's that talking?
Both Appleby and
Folsom.
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 Folsom sounds like this. Appleby sounds like this.
Okay.
Appleby would lead you to the second level of this little gymnasium. There's kind of like a whole second level for like spectators and that sort of thing. So
Is Folsom following us?
Folsom's sticking here.
Can I talk to Appleby, kind of hush so that Folsom doesn't hear?
Absolutely.
What were you going to suggest outside of the official channels?
Oh, I'm just saying, go through, the militia's official request for help process, but they're a pretty busy organization, and they might not grant that request immediately. But if that happens, I know another person in the militia who's itching for some action and itching for more information, that sort of thing. So,
Now, this is actually probably an important question. How long is it ago that you tried to make a deal with the Doppel soldiers?
could I ask why first? Why is this a big
Because
deal?
if they are getting antsy and have been kept waiting for 3 weeks, it's going to be a very different situation than if this all went down yesterday.
3 days ago. Wait, no, it was a week. Oh, wait, no, it was about 2 weeks. Now that I think about it, because Ulster said he tried making contact when you guys were in the briefing, and now you guys have traveled. So, yeah, they're probably a little antsy.
Okay, not ideal.
Don't worry, it's as I said, they're somewhat civilized. When they rob people, they just steal their stuff. They don't kill them.
And do you know what they would do if we didn't give the ransom?
Good question. I don't know. I don't think they'd kill him. I think they know that he is valuable, and they probably just keep badgering us about him.
Now, I am curious why he's valuable to the Doppel soldiers.
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Good.
We'll add it to the list.
Could it be that they're just valuable to us?
I mean, that's one thing, sure. But if they're going to keep him alive, even if we don't give in to the ransom, that's not something you do. Unless you've got a moral reason or something
I
of
suppose
value.
we could just threaten to leave him there under their care until his expenses for keeping him there outweigh
That's
the
not what I'm
ransom.
saying. I think that's a very bad idea. I'm just trying to figure out what it is they might want with him.
Well, I will say one small detail. We put out word that we were looking for Cortland before he was officially kidnapped. So his value may have been the reason that they kidnapped him. Again, I don't know the full extent.
What exactly did that notice say?
Well, we'd advertise here and just had a poster that said, "Have you seen a man by the name of Cortland? Please contact us if you have any details and there might be a reward." Not the best thinking.
All right.
But
Well,
we also
that's what
didn't
we're here
think that
for.
he would be so close to raider gangs. Figured Havana Science would be in a much more civilized location, I guess. We just
Yeah,
thought
well.
he was somewhere around here. Are you all just going to the militia office? Okay. She would lead you to a much more formal-looking, somewhat office area for the Ohio State Militia. And at the front of their office, you would see a man wearing the same uniform as the rest of the militiamen. Glasses, mustache, looks fairly young, just clacking away at a typewriter. As he sees you all come in, he just says, "How can I help you?" "Oh, Appleby. What do you want?" "Well, I was hoping you could help these folks out with dealing with the Doppel soldiers." "Oh, no. What do you all need?"
Mostly just information.
"Now that I can provide immediately. What are you looking for?"
I mean, a general briefing would be great. We already know some. But we're looking into the matter with Cortland. So we're interested in anything you know about why they're holding him, about what their defenses are like, about if they're amenable to any kind of bribery or coercion. Just really anything you can tell us might be helpful as we're dealing with them.
I've heard a little bit about this whole Cortland business. Fortunately, I don't know why they want him. They're absolutely open to bribes. That's how they survive. They are absolutely holed up in a fortress. Their Hofbrau house is one of the best defended raider locations in Columbus. Honestly, I'd say it's probably the highest defended place other than here, of course.
What do their supply lines out of the fortress look like?
Well, they have mercenary bands that leave every once in a while in pursuit of loot.
Always through the
other
main
raider
entrance?
gangs. What's that?
Always through the main entrance?
Oh, it's several entrances. Just because it's a fortress doesn't mean it's only one entrance.
All right.
When I say fortress, I mean less this and more. There's just a lot of people there.
All right.
Lots of sentries.
What do their physical defenses look like, aside from sheer manpower?
Good question. Mostly sentries. Some entrances may be booby trapped, possibly mined. That's probably it. Generally speaking, they're just in a quarter of the city that we like to stay away from, unless it's dealing with raider bands, which we wouldn't, especially now given that they have a hostage. We don't have the best track record with that sort of thing.
That's why we're here.
All right. Well, does that help you at all?
Do the rest of you have any questions?
So do they use like pikes? Like not fancy pikes, just metal on a stick?
Good question. No, they use definitely fancy ones. Halberds. They're going for. I don't know. Most raider gangs, if they want to be memorable, try to get some sort of moniker to be known by. These gentlemen try leaning into the German thing a little bit heavy. They use guns though too.
Yeah.
If one wanted to communicate with them peacefully without having to go through minefields or all of that conundrum, how would one reach out to them?
It's a good question. Well, you can do what Appleby did and just walk towards them with your hands up, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. You gotta have a little bit of swagger to pull that off, of course.
Are there guards female?
Are you asking that?
No, you
Yep.
are. Wait,
No.
you are not.
Ladies, look what you're missing.
Oh, a ghoul!
Shoot it, shoot it!
I'm not
He
a
looks
ghoul.
feral.
He's a ghoul.
Wait, if that's a ghoul, then what's that?
Wow, 4 good-looking ladies and
Like I'm included in the good-looking ladies because they just don't know. So she's got the benefit of the doubt.
they're assuming the best about Margie.
Yeah.
When she lets her hair down.
But if you all
So she has her.
wanted to get into contact with them, I'd recommend. Well, it probably wouldn't be hard. Nope, I'm not going to recommend that. Thank you for your time. If you want to submit a request
What
for
would you
formal militia help, what?
What would you recommend we don't do?
Yeah.
In other words, what were you going to recommend us, but that you would rescind your recommendation?
No,
for?
I genuinely was about to say something that I wish I would not. I don't think it would be right for me to do in my position, and I'm not the person to recommend anything like that.
All right, let's just forget about position for a minute. This won't leave this room, just you and me. What were you
Roll a
going to say?
persuasion check. Speech, charisma. Not a woman.
Prism cherry.
What's the difficulty?
2.
2 partial successes?
No.
I'm rolling bad tonight.
Oh no.
1.
Can I aid in any way?
Wait, yeah, this is your domain.
It is.
You're welcome to. I'll say a separate check.
Separate check, okay.
But you gotta say something, of course.
Oh, of course. Look, we're just looking for ideas. Any idea is a good idea at this time.
Not if it's an illegal idea.
That doesn't mean we're going to do it. It might be a springboard for other ideas.
Okay.
As a company representative, I'm not going to let them do anything illegal.
Persuasion check. Speech, charisma speech. I will allow you to aid. I liked the appeal to details authority.
3 successes.
3? Yeah, that's enough. Go ahead and roll
Charisma
for
for
the chance to generate
speech?
more AP.
Yeah, sure thing. Not that that's high. Oh,
Whoop.
complication.
Uh-oh.
I'm really struggling to imagine.
What could go wrong with that statement?
Your voice cracks.
As a company representative.
Well, I didn't know GTL was so willing to do shady stuff, but it's not that shady. I was just going to suggest getting into contact with someone doing illegal activities. It's not a brilliant idea, but typically those in the underground are great for setting up meetings such as that. They probably know more about the Doppel soldiers, would be willing to mediate an exchange. I don't know, and I'm not recommending anyone for that. And that's the genuine truth. And I guess it's not illegal. But also, if you find out anyone who is doing that, you should tell us about them, and we can arrest them.
Of course.
That is genuine. I'm not being sarcastic, please. It's a problem of this town. But if you wish to submit a request for militia help, I can do that here.
I think we'll take our chances on our own first, and then if we can't make the more diplomatic approach work, we'll let you know.
Fair enough.
Are there any particular places that the Dopplers, I don't know, go Doppler soldiers go when they're off duty? Bars, hangouts, places to meet them where they're not. Neutral ground, I guess.
Kid, with raider gangs, there is no off time. You're either in or you're out. So if they're sleeping, they're doing it in the Hofbrauhaus. If they're drinking, what do you know? It's a Hofbrauhaus. They can drink there.
Spencer, how do you spell Hofbrau?
Hofbrauhaus. Like the Bauhaus, but a
Or
Hofbrau
Kava
instead.
House.
There's too many vowels in there.
It is. Welcome to
No, I think
German.
it's right.
There's so many vowels.
It's
And
just
there's
so
things
long
on top
a
of the
word.
vowels too. Who put those 2 dots above an O?
Are there any things above the vowels in this?
I don't know.
Okay, let me know later for the wiki.
Yeah. Yep.
We have a wiki.
We do indeed. But if you were looking for a shady contact to orchestrate such an event, you would not find that here. If you are looking for a drink, which you're probably too young for that. You're 24, which is way older, but he's just guessing.
23.
Oh, 23, okay. Yeah. I would just recommend going down the drain for that.
Where's the drain?
Where do you think the drain is? In the pool.
Okay.
It's interesting. I seem to remember you mentioning an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Bingo. He would actually say, it's actually right beneath you. You would look downwards and not see an Olympic-sized swimming pool, but instead see an area of the floor that has just been covered up with wooden boards. And you would see that the only area that are not covered in wooden boards are where the ladders are to get into the pool. So essentially, there is just a second level of this building that the only entrance is through a pool ladder.
And we see like disco lights coming from down there. The whole place is vibrating.
The Dean Martin equivalent, yes.
So wait, there's actually like a bar down there.
Yes.
Nice.
It's called the Drain.
Good name.
We should go look for shady people.
He said you wouldn't find that here,
I don't.
but it's a fine thing to try.
Well, thank you for your time.
Of course, as always, we are the Ohio State Militia and the force of security in Ohio. Good day.
Now, Miss Shelton.
Goodbye.
Miss Shelton, you told me in the psychiatric evaluation, did you not, that Cooney is one of the premier beer brewers left in this world? Cooney makes beer?
Yes.
Really, really good beer.
I haven't had much.
Really, really good beer.
Who's Cooney?
I imagine it's good.
That's where she's from.
Where's Cooney?
New Mexico?
Well, we got time to travel out there for a case of beers?
I'm not saying we travel out there for a case of beers. I'm saying he makes beers from Cooney, and we offer those in a bribe.
I can assist.
It's the mask. You can't see.
Is that a yes or a no? I can't see with the mask.
Beer?
You know how to make beer, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying you actually have to make it the way Cooney does. I'm just saying
don't
it's a
know
story that we
this.
put behind the beer to
If-
make it
if
more
we can't
exotic.
make beer,
That
one
would
of my like second cousins twice removed. He kind of wanders around. I think he makes really good moonshine. Could try to find him.
I mean, I've also
I don't know if they like moonshine though.
You also make
are
wine and
proposing
other things.
A very long way to make beer.
if you distilled like something like wine or something, it would also.
He was.
Suppose
You were just saying you could make beer earlier.
I could. Suppose we build this beer. Kuni beer is better than most beers, correct?
The best
So-
beer I've ever heard of.
So this is a group that wants to be respectable, that wants to be mercenaries. We could teach them to brew the best beer in Ohio, and give them a respectable trade in exchange for the prisoner.
Okay.
And then they wouldn't need our caps because they'd be making so much money from their beer that they wouldn't need to take
But we
prisoners
need
anymore.
to show them that the beer is the best.
Although I won't
beer.
hesitate to shoot him if it comes down to it.
Yes.
I'm almost
do
hoping
that.
we do.
We need a lot more information before we go with the beer plan or the other
I actually
plans.
rather like the beer plan.
It might be worth setting up the beer
hate it,
plan in
but I
case.
actually love it too. I think that that's something that might get you through their door.
Of
Show
course.
them how to make it.
Of course. What's your name? What's your last name?
Shelton.
No. Oh, we need to find something more German.
Sauerkraut.
Stuttgart.
Stroopwafel.
Okay.
And I am Jerry Franken.
Stein.
No, just Franken.
But
We already have a Frank.
Frankfurter. But
Franken and Frankie.
we already have Frankie.
Frankie
Franken and Franklin.
Franken and Frankie Franklin.
That's too many Franks in this movie.
So there's 3 guys named the same thing? No. 2.
It's Frankie Stein, not like the doctor, but like the Stein glass.
We give ourselves German names. We just go
No.
all out on the German.
No, that's too far. They'll see that.
I don't think I could pass as a German.
You gotta be subtle.
Okay. Beer.
Beer.
And where do you all propose making beer?
With the Doppel soldiers.
Oh, so you're gonna go there and say you can.
Doctor, you do know how to brew beer.
It is
I
a
do.
brewery.
Yes, I'm a chemist.
I've done it before.
She can show me how to get the right flavor, and I can do the brewing because I know the chemical process.
They probably got all the equipment in the fort anyways.
Of course.
If not, they'd need to get it anyway.
Are there any weird ingredients they would need?
I don't know if you have the weird ingredients.
What weird
Well,
ingredients?
we can supply the razor grain.
Do you
That's the
have?
Fallout name for wheat. I don't know why they changed it.
We need razor grain. What else?
I don't know, all the sort of goods that we produced that weren't common are back there.
Is it anything we can synthesize?
No.
I think razor grain's all you need, right?
Well, I mean, any special ingredients from the place might be nice, but
Oh, we
I don't
got meat
have
fruit,
any.
we got tato, we got
Let's use Tato.
carrots.
Let's use a little bit of Tato and carrots.
I've never
What's-
had a tato flavored beer before.
what's Muteford?
That's a good question.
It's like a giant raspberry. It is in Fallout 3. It's in Fallout
Actually-
4.
No,
That
it
sounds
is.
good, though.
What's
Let's use
what
that.
is it
Let's use
derived
your
from?
fruit.
I
think
agree,
it's
actually.
Just big raspberry.
Because she has small raspberry back home.
We can use the big raspberry.
There is one substitution. You take one big raspberry instead of like a
that's
handful
like
of small raspberry.
Kroger substituted me this morning for cottage cheese, and it was like a 16-ounce thing of cottage cheese. And they were like, "We're
gosh.
sorry, we don't have this item, but we have 24 ounces of the same cottage cheese
Now,
for the same price."
It's apple.
Oh, it's just apple.
It is a mutated species of apple and crab apple.
Oh,
Do-
Cooney has apples.
Do the Doppel soldiers prefer strong drinks or flavorful ones?
That's a good question. I would say flavorful ones. I mean, that's what beer is. Well,
They are very cultured, it seems, at least as far as Germans go. So,
definitely don't go the wine route, but
No.
don't go like
vodka.
bingo. Schnapps might work though. You could honestly just say whatever you made as schnapps.
Does honey exist in this world?
Oh boy.
I would
Mutant
I would
bees.
die.
I actually
Giant
I actually think that's one of the
Bee
details of the Fall World
makes
is that I think bees are
6,000
extinct.
gallons
So
of
probably
No.
not.
What about syrup?
That would kill like half the species of everything.
Oh yeah,
That's
the
the point.
I mean,
Yep.
nukes tend to do that. Wait, bees?
That's fair.
Beehive? Wait, Fallout Wiki.
There's
What is
beehives,
that?
but no bees.
Are they?
Lights are on, but
They're
nobody's
in.
home.
They're
exist.
invisible
Where?
You can
bees.
make honey in Fallout 76. There you go. So yes,
I almost
So,
got that.
Since we're
reference.
close to West
think.
Virginia, we're
yes,
closer
there's
to-
honey available.
Prince,
Oh,
I'm
I
just
was
saying.
thinking you were
We could
referencing the
make,
bees thing in
Mead.
the.
we could make
other
honey
campaign.
mead.
No,
I thought you were talking about the
I was
bee
thinking
movie.
about that
I
earlier.
have no idea
I was
what
just thinking if there's
mead
empty
is.
hives, maybe that's
It's-
maybe
well-
they just look empty.
It's Anglo-Saxon, and well, old
Is that
English.
a
or
Raider
Britain.
band?
No, well,
No.
they were Germans.
Okay.
It's an old Germanic and Britain drink.
It's honey wine.
Ah. Well, I mean
Well,
that could work, but I mean, why not just make beer?
Well, we could offer them a special kind of beer that no one can know how to make.
I gotta be honest. I don't think I've ever heard of a brewer still around.
This sounds like an increasingly complicated plan. Let's just
We
make them
can,
beer.
We'll make the beer, and then if that isn't enough, we'll offer them
We'll
mead as
shoot
well.
them.
No, no. That comes after the mead,
And after
Alright.
several other plans,
after several other plans. Julian will tell you when we shoot them.
yes.
I don't want to be the naysayer or anything, but what if they just want to keep the guy who knows the recipe around and take him for ransom too?
I'm not worth anything.
Then we shoot them.
I'm not worth anything. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a brewer.
Yeah, but if you know the recipe, and we say we're not going to give them the recipe, and they kidnap you,
Look at me. Do you think I will keep as long as the
Isn't
alcohol
this the
will?
plot of Breaking Bad season 5, but with meth?
Thing is, they can try to keep me for hostage, but I could drop like a.
He's
fly
got a
any
terminal
day.
illness.
Yeah.
He's only going to last another week and a half at best.
that hasn't stopped anyone.
Really
before.
played up,
I just,
cough in the
I
face.
just want to make sure we consider
Of
every
course.
option. Make
Of
sure we've got
course.
our
It's
bases
fair.
covered.
It's fair.
I just have nothing to lose because I'm about to die anyway, as far as they know. So
Are you at?
We're all very torn up about it.
They rob people again, but something tells me they would honor their deal.
of course.
Their deal is just exorbitant. So
I also think we might want to play up on the mercenaries angle a little bit. I mean, if they want recognition, if they want validity, then kidnapping people is
Of
not the way
course.
to go about it.
Of course. So brewing and selling your beer is a good way to fund your mercenary work.
And possibly get everyone thinking about you in a different way instead of just
Oh,
robbers.
these mercenaries make great beer. Let them escort all our beer caravans.
We don't. All right.
But no, I like that idea.
We'll sell you beer and then escort the caravan.
No, we're not selling them beer. We will teach them to make the beer.
Teach a man to fish.
Yes.
well, I mean, you're selling
say.
it because you're getting
Yeah.
Cortland in response.
Yes. So perhaps we should make a bit of our own beer here. And then we can go and give them a sample and offer to make them more. And teach them to make more if they will release the scientist.
I don't know if we have a brewery here.
Do you have a hospital and a
Well,
kitchen?
There's definitely a kitchen for the.
Do they have IV tubes?
Can you actually use all these things to make
How do you know
honest
this?
to God beer?
in real life?
Because I do.
Honestly,
All we
it's
need is
not
a sample
bad.
of yeast,
hidden
our
talent.
ingredients.
He's got a
We need
secret brewery in
tubing for
bathroom.
the distillation process.
Under the
And we
sink.
need 2 pots.
Okay. All right. So this yes.
Does Frankie know where the Bexner Medical Center is?
Is this metagame knowledge?
Is this it? If it's on the Ohio State campus.
The Ohio State University has state-of-the-art medical centers, at least today.
The state-of-the-art medical.
Deep state of the art. We are not sponsored by Ohio State
Funded
University.
by West.
But we
West-
could be.
That's the
Fund
name of
us,
the art
Ohio
center
State
that has
University.
been-
Send us
Wexner
pizza.
funds like half of the campus,
Okay, fair enough.
or at least his name is on half of it.
Yep. Well, his name is on the building that replaced the building that you guys are currently in. Yep, it's the Wexner Center of the Arts or whatever.
The Bexner.
Or Bexner. Yeah, that's it. I knew there was an E. in there.
No, this universe it's Wexner.
That's right.
So all we need is to find a bakery, someplace where we can get yeast, a few pots, and then duct tape to and tubing.
Wow, what a great time for a montage.
Beer montage.
I mean, DTL transports all kinds of goods. Surely they've got odds
Do we
and
need to
ends.
role play this, or can we just do like a
Someone has
scavenging?
yeast.
We need a montage. We just need some German
There will
music
be
in the
dice
background.
rolls, but first things first. Are you all agreeing to this plan? Are you gonna make beer?
I'm 100% in.
Yes.
I mean, my
I
second
was
cousin
just
Joshua
doing
makes
a deep
moonshine,
dive
so-
on what products were available in
It is
Korea.
it is a
Tabitha
reasonable
And everything for
and
beer is there.
Related
speak
to the Moore brothers.
very negotiable group of
Okay.
mildly respectable
Can
mercenaries.
can I be like
The one voice of logic.
around people? Because Pix feels like there's more going on than we've seen, and she's like, okay, I want to try and get other people's opinions of this group and see if she can gain information.
Yeah.
So maybe like as they're doing rolls to look for stuff, I'm looking for like information about them, maybe even information about the meteorologist, and being like, is there stuff?
Yeah.
You know, why is he near bandit groups, and like why was he not away from them, and like what is he trying?
Mhm.
See if there's news about him, news about them.
Go ahead and roll a perception plus speech check.
I'm guessing they're probably talking to shopkeepers, and I'm probably talking to them too.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, I also need
actually-
to fix the terminal while they're doing this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's
That'll
right.
be your part in this
Make some
montage.
beer? I don't know how to fix this.
would I think that going to the drain would be a good place?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
That's where you go in RPGs to get rumors.
Nice. I'm going to
That's not what I
stand
thought.
up straight, try and make myself look taller, so I'm not look like a child,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go down there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I would probably turn and say, "Okay, guys, while you're doing that, I'm gonna get some information, see if I can learn more of what's going on. If anyone wants to come,
And I've
All
got
right,
to
let us know if you find any pots.
okay, cool. I'll you know, if you need to say anything, I'll have this on.
I'll go with the kid. I'll keep an eye out for some of that tape you need.
No, thank you.
I will
Let's
say
look
for
for
the
a kitchen.
record, I do not drink. I just want to say that
I
on
do.
stream. Okay. There
I
you go.
can't.
Josh does.
I don't.
Are
Anyway,
you secretly
Yeah.
brewing
It's
beer
easy
this
to
entire
brew.
time or something? Like, how do
I
you know
have
this?
drunk weird beer recently.
I've made alcohol
Yeah.
in a lab.
On Friday, I had
In the
a citrus
lab?
beer.
okay.
Just
Okay.
like
Are we
water
starting,
and
we starting the
orange.
montage?
All right.
It tastes like
We will address you in the drain in a little while, but we're gonna do this montage first. First things first, Jules. Roll a intelligence plus science check. Difficulty of 1 to fix this PC.
Wait, I have. Oh, it's not hacking. You're right.
It's not hacking.
It's not
This is-
hacking.
This is
I was just thinking, hey,
yeah.
computers.
You're
yeah.
a Norton antivirus right now. Difficulty? I'm gonna change it. 3. Make it hard.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Does
Whoever bought this this version of Pitfall bought the wrong one.
does Pip help me with this?
Isn't
Considering
this
he can
that
just
one
interface
subplot
with
in the
computers.
Brotherhood of Steel faction in
You might
New
correct.
Vegas, where you have to
Oh,
go like hack the
yeah.
terminal
Oh, I
thing.
hated that.
I hated it. I could not figure it out. I
It is
gave up.
thankfully just one terminal, so they know where the virus is. It's on this terminal.
So would exposing Pip to this to get him to help stop it be a good idea or a bad idea, knowing Pip's capabilities? Because he can access and interface with terminals at the moment.
If you want him to help, if you roll a complication, or if you fail this, there will be damage to his code.
How risky would this be? Would it only be a complication on 20?
18, 19, and 20.
That's really
Hmm.
nice.
Protect the Pip.
Don't.
I
You
know.
have action
Protect
points
Pip.
to use, I would say.
You guys mind if I use an action point?
Take it.
We only
Take
got
it.
the one. Go
We
for it.
love Pip.
Cool,
Protect
cool.
him at all
We do love
costs.
Pip.
Generate some
No.
more.
Oh,
I
how
want
many do we
more
have?
Pip merch.
I believe like 3 total.
Oh.
Because there was something that Jerry said a while back.
Who's not picking up their caps?
I didn't earn.
I haven't
caps.
made a
I
check.
haven't rolled a single thing.
Yeah, you did.
This
You got
entire
2
time so
from that
far.
one check with.
No, he got one.
I think that's the only one.
Yeah,
Really?
he
No,
I
got
got-
one.
You said 2 successes with Oh, who were they?
Frank, you got action
I
points.
Was it Folsom?
That was 3 successes to remember the slogan of DTO.
Yes, that was it.
But that
The difficulty, yeah, the difficulty of that was 2, and I believe Jules helped you. I think.
Yes, but I got a complication.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yep. Yeah. So
I think that's
We've
correct.
got 3 of
Okay.
these.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many
Well-
do you want to use?
Hmm.
The more you roll, the more likely you are to roll an 18, 19, or 20.
Well,
yeah, and I've got a
without
16
Pip,
or
though.
below.
Oh, without
Without Pip, it's less
Oh.
risky. You're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
using a computer.
I am not
use
using
Pip.
Pip, but I have a
Right, no one's
16
gonna
or
have
under
duels.
Doesn't
score
the
for
second
this. This
doesn't
is like
the second point cost 2?
Yeah.
action
Yeah.
points?
so I would have to
I
use
know.
all of it to use another one. So I'll just
I'm-
use the one.
I'm fine with you using all because we've been having like 5 or 6 left over at the end of each session.
And there will be more checks involving this mod.
Yeah, I might
Yeah.
generate some more anyway.
I'm
Yeah.
also probably gonna generate some. We're gonna generate some
Sure.
making beer.
I hope so.
I guess I will use all of it.
Yeah.
I can also
You've
re-roll
also
1d20 out of this, so if I get a complication, I'll re-roll it, and
Yeah.
hopefully I'll get a bunch of successes and earn us back some. Cool.
What'd you get?
Oh,
I
bet you
got
did.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
6?
So you can take all 3 of those back out. And...
Oh, is that how it works?
Oh well, she can potentially get a Coke.
Oh, you're right. I gotta.
Yeah,
Okay.
Make sure to draw randomly.
Go.
Don't
Pip,
look.
Pip has permanently learned how to play Pitfall now, and we can all use Julian's Pip Boy for entertainment.
There you go. Yeah, that's
I feel like that.
Julian, can I
Yeah,
play
I will
Pip?
say that is what you get. The cartridge of Pitfall is also there, and it is called Pitfall in the game. I swear. There's a little Vault Boy. Yeah, because Pitfall is an actual game made by EA in like the 80s. But you now have a cartridge of Pitfall.
There's a canonical reason why Pip's name is Pip. Just so you
Is
know.
it Pitfall?
No.
That thing is worth around 200 caps. They're a pretty big
Oh.
collector's item to find a video game.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
You can
Yeah.
stick it in your Pip-Boy.
Does it still have the virus?
No, you cleansed it. You got 6 successes.
I was gonna say it's like, oh, and I also have this corrupted video game.
I will hold on to that. I will mention that I
Yes.
have that.
Give it
I
to
have
the
this
Doppel
copy of
soldiers and like,
Sonic.exe.
computers.
Well, that's good.
I have a
I would-
weird Majora's Mask.
It will crash your computer.
Actually, Pip, while we're
system.
here,
Yeah.
is there anything of interest on that terminal? Can you give it a quick read?
Sure thing.
Is that allowed?
He can read stuff.
Would they allow that?
Considering you've already opened the firewall, he's in. No, just looks like just a ledger.
Hmm.
Just what's in, what's out. Everything's up to snuff. No
Any
cans.
yeast, duct tape, pots and pans?
One cell in this ledger reads kitchenery, like kitchenery. So that's probably some pots and
Someone
pans,
got creative.
right? That's on the out list, though, unfortunately. Oh wait, it's miscellaneous kitchenery. No yeast. What else were you looking for?
Duct tape.
Oh, yeah, there's duct tape in.
All right, maybe I'll grab some while I'm here. Good. All right. Anything about the Doppel soldiers at all, or is it just a ledger?
Just a ledger. This is just for business reasons only.
All
And
right.
Pitfall, apparently.
Well, thank you for taking a look.
Of course. All right, back to the montage. Okay, so this is a building check, which I have rules for.
Do we need to find the materials first?
Correct. So,
Tabs.
My poncho I'm trying to make.
hey, what is the smallest amount of material you would need to do this successfully?
Well, one, like metal pot to like boil the initial.
Yeah, to like actually.
Corn cob. Oh.
I'm corn cob?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a
meat-
visor.
It's supposed to be a poncho. This
Wait,
pattern lied
can
to
you
me.
flip it fully
it's
up?
too small.
Could be like a baby poncho.
You can have like
Oh,
those hair things.
crap.
I kind of
Look at
like it
that.
actually.
Tiara now.
I kind of
a
like it.
bonnet child.
Yeah.
They won't appreciate it.
Well, now I'm debating, do I keep making it or do I give up? Because it's not fitting me.
Now it's been immortalized.
It's immortalized. It's on the stream.
One of the most satisfying things to do with crochet is if it's wrong, you can just.
Yeah. Well, I already had to undo it once before because I was doing the corners wrong, and so it was like all crooked, and so I unraveled the whole thing, and
Now you know how to do the corners. So.
What's the rule
Minimum
for-
we need is one pot to boil the alcohol content to distill it.
Okay.
We need tubing
Okay.
to like for that to travel through for us to condense it.
Yeah.
And then another container to catch the condensation.
Wow, that's a lot less than I thought. This is going to be a
Alcohol is
difficulty
easy.
of 1 to find these parts. Since you are in a town right now, you could choose to scavenge at, say, this Lexner Medical Center or something like that. Or you could... Yeah, here's what it's going to be. if you are going to scavenge to get these things for free, it is going to be perception plus survival to find them. If you
It'll
want
just
to
be like,
find them for
fancy.
sale here,
It
or
is
maybe
possible.
talk someone into it, you're going to have to use charisma and speech.
Tabs. Could you help me find this?
It's been
I'm
a
just
long
gonna show
week.
you a shopping list of the basic stuff we need. We also need
corn
yeast.
Yeah.
Yeast will,
I'm really slap happy.
yeah,
right
you
now.
can find that scavenging or
It's been a long week.
talking to shoppers.
Don't make me.
Tabitha, here.
Merchants.
Yes,
Can
ma'am,
you
sir.
find me these? Can you find me these things? Help me.
Yes.
All right.
What am I finding?
We're looking for pots and pans,
Pot?
tubing,
And pants.
and tubing.
We don't
and
deal in cubs!
yeast.
Does marijuana exist in the Fallout world?
Yeast.
It does in Florida.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Can you help me?
Yes, I can. Now let me roll my dice. Where's my dice?
Okay.
Do you want to?
You guys are now in an urban setting where there are a lot more raider bands. If you are scavenging, there is the risk of encountering enemies.
All right. It
Okay.
could be dangerous. Do you want me to go with you, or would you rather go by yourself and sneak?
Oh, it's right at the sneaky perk now. I think I'll be fine. I got corn cob with me.
All right. Here's a list.
It's official
Send
now.
corn cobs for help if you need anything.
Can do.
All
Am
right.
I rolling?
Okay, so you could definitely find all those things in this one medical center. Probably be pretty easy to find them. If the chem dealers haven't gotten in there first.
I don't think the building exists. If you're going back to 1950s time, probably doesn't.
Well, it's 1950s, but it's also 2077. So it could be that the new buildings are built. They just have a different aesthetic.
Is it 2077?
No,
That's
it's
when the bombs fell.
2280. Yeah.
Yeah, 2077 is when people stop building big things.
Yeah, because people stopped existing.
That's correct.
Yeah, that makes
All
sense.
right. So, are you sneaking? Are you just searching pretty normally?
I did level up with the ghost perk,
Okay.
so I can sneak in
is-
shadows or darkness.
Ah.
I don't know how dark is it in
What
here.
Yeah.
time is it?
Like,
It's
Time
an
to make
urban.
sense.
It's an urban setting.
So
10
there's
a.m.
5 o'clock
More
somewhere.
Da, 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 da,
What's the
da.
benefit that you get if you're in the shadows?
Your
my
first
favorite part.
additional die that you purchase is free.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
nice.
sure. I'll allow you to roll 3d20, especially considering you're on your own. Very easy to stick to the shadows in this urban setting. That might. Are you guys hoping to brew this beer by the end of today?
It's gonna take probably about 24 hours to make a decent amount.
Okay. All right.
You can't instantaneously create.
Fermentation process takes a little longer than that.
It does, but
Technically.
for gameplay.
Yeah, I've been intentionally not saying it takes like
Yeah.
a week to ferment beer.
I know.
Oh, just
I
a
know.
week?
Well, yeah, I mean you can
Yeah.
do other stuff with it.
mutated
Yeah.
razor.
It's like
grain,
you can
whatever
age
you
it or
think.
like put it in stuff to like
I'm sorry,
condition
yeah.
or whatever, but
Is there any way to actually do it in 24 hours?
You can speed up the process slightly doing different things.
Well, you know what we could do is we could just bring them all the stuff they need to make it,
Yeah.
bring a different sample, and tell them
Show
that's
them-
the sample we're
show
showing them how to make.
it. That's,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's the idea, is to show them what they need.
we could also
and
spend
how to
a
make
week
it.
with them and be like, "We're having a party. Let's check the beer again, guys."
No,
Hey, can we
that's
have a...
not the mission.
No,
Yeah,
they
it
just-
is.
They put us in the same
This is
jail cell
directly
with
the
the
mission.
doctor, and
Yeah.
we confirm he's alive. We can radio to...
Getting him
We're not
back
spending a
however we
week
need
with
to
these
is the
random
mission.
mercenaries.
We've already found the meteorologist is fine.
Yeah. So it can take a week
Keeping
to
them alive.
several months to do.
Okay.
But several months
We
is
can-
like if
They're
you're
gonna
doing
make
special
beer.
crazy
Takes-
stuff.
Yeah. What
so
we can do is take some beer from the swimming pool.
So next
We
June,
can flavor. We can, not the swimming pool. Like
the drain.
yeah,
The
from
bar.
drain, from the bar. We can flavor it.
that's
Okay.
going in quotes and highlights.
That makes it sound so much worse. No, not from a swimming pool. That'd be gross. From the drain.
Beer from the drain.
Yeah, we
We're drinking
flav-
drain beer.
We flavor it. Okay, with mute fruit.
We are in Flavortown.
Yes.
That's true. You're not in Columbus. You're in Flavortown.
We use the flavors of Flavor Town.
This got chaotic.
It's
The
just a
bartender at the
weird
drain is
plan.
just Guy Fieri.
I like it though.
Welcome to the drain.
It's got character.
Trash
the thing.
can beer.
We tell them that it's German. We show them historical documentation that we forged that it is German. And then convince them to.
That seems elaborate.
Crochet hook one more time.
It's not that hard to forge a historical document nowadays.
But why would there still be a historical document around?
It was preserved in my vault.
Conveniently.
Wait, you're from a vault?
Maybe.
What one?
Yes. 57.
Where all the Hinds
What
is.
do I know about Vault 57?
No, that's not the horse vault.
No, I said the Hinds.
The what?
The Hinds.
No, actually,
The ketchup?
Which one was it?
It's the ketchup vault.
Oh, it's 57
ketchup
varieties.
So
I
a
like
recipe for authentic German beer was preserved. However, the doctor was not.
Okay, honestly, I don't remember what the vault number was.
Would you have told me
Honestly,
the right one?
57 is your actual one. That's the one
Oh,
that you said. in your
Wine
argument.
ages
57
way
is
better
the
than
one.
it does.
Have I been there?
No, but you know about it.
Fascinating. Tell me more about that later.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll tell you only what she would know later. Okay. Beer episode. All right.
Horse episode, beer episode. What comes next
You
week?
guys- oh
Tune
my
in.
word. I was like, this is Fallout. They're gonna meet interesting and wacky foes.
If I hadn't
gonna
just
kill
been
them.
researching,
No, we're the interesting and wacky people.
Beer stuff.
if I hadn't just been
Exactly.
researching the
We are
agriculture of
out-crazying
Cooner,
the crazy
Cooney,
people that you could come up with.
Don't tell him that. He's going to come up with crazier people.
I want that.
But
Okay.
that's our view.
Back
We
to
defeat
beer.
us by better
we'll,
beer.
we'll keep going with tabs. And don't worry, Jacob, I haven't thought about your mission in the drain either. I love that name. Tabs, go ahead and roll a sneak check. Agility plus sneaky beaky.
You can roll an extra one if you're sticking in the shadows.
Oh my gosh.
1, 2, and a 4.
Tell me it's
Oh.
tagged. Tell me your sneak is
That's-
tagged.
It is.
That is 6 successes.
Bro, I'm invisible.
You are the knight.
Does she get
I
action
am
points
Batman.
For that?
You become Batman.
Action
In
points.
this
How many
moment.
action
Yeah,
You
points?
practically have a stealth boy with this stealth.
I think that fills our action point pool, right?
Probably.
We get 4.
Yeah, that
Can't
does.
reach it.
Or it goes to a max of 6, right?
And then I'm inspiration.
I get
Oh,
how
it's
many?
7.
So it doesn't. We have 6.
4 points?
So, oh yeah.
I guess what was the success? Two successes.
2 successes would mean we fill it.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I'm not trying to look for
Difficulty
the
was
Coke one. I
1.
just grabbed 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's full.
I didn't
It's
get
full
the-
Wow.
Yeah. Tabs is sneaking. We're like, suddenly I'm really good at making beer. I don't know.
Actually, don't fill the pool. Keep it at 6.
Okay.
Because tabs, as you were going through this medical center,
Yeah.
you would see. What are you doing?
I was gonna try and grab one, but it's kind of
None of us can reach anything on
yeah,
this table.
sorry about that. Teamwork. Nice.
Yay.
In this abandoned medical center, which all the windows are shattered, it's a pretty abandoned building. You would see a group of probably raiders wearing leather armor, metal armor, and lederhosen, with a dog with them. And at one point, you would see the dog just sniff a little bit and then get back to his business of being just a patrol dog. Did not smell you, but that's why it was 2 and not 1. Dog help. Go ahead and roll a perception plus survival check to find the goods you're looking for. Difficulty of 3.
Does
To get
her
You should take some extra
corn
dice.
cob help her with the keen senses to reduce
How many
difficulty
dice
of
can I take?
perception checks by 1? So looking for shiny metal objects.
Do I get to roll up to 3 or more?
Birds are good at that.
Yes,
What would you
I'm gonna
like?
say no because of the fact that the implication of that is seeing bad guys. It's not like, okay, here's what we need. I need medical tubing. It's a falcon.
So
Sorry.
You should take
You
at
can-
least one
you
if not 2.
yeah, take an action point.
Okay. And then I can add an.
So for the first action point, you add 1.
Mhm.
To add another one, you need 2 action points.
I'm sure
I
if
mean,
you
we've
had a
been-
month to train Corncob to identify what
Yeah.
medical tubing looks like, you could do this.
Probably.
But probably not like
He's smart
Corncob,
like that.
medical pipe.
You should go ahead and take
Aw.
another action
Okay.
point because we're
Yeah.
full up right now.
Yeah.
And we've been
Go ahead
earning
and take
pretty
2.
fast.
Go ahead and take 2 more.
Okay. So then I get another dice.
Oh, you got one. Dang, man.
That's pretty good.
Difficulty is
And
3.
that's why you're.
And tigers.
So she got 6 more successes.
Holy cow. Okay. Yeah. Get that
Unlimited
momentum.
power!
Can you get the shopping list?
Or
yeah,
get
what is it?
3 momentum back. So I don't know if you guys. Sorry, action
This one.
points.
Oh yeah, you want to get the here.
I
Random.
roll 1 or 2. How many?
3.
3.
3.
But they gotta be. Yeah.
I can't see.
That's
That's the point.
Yep.
I know. I'm saying I can't see. Crush.
Okay. Excellent. There's that. You find everything that you're looking for, as well as 2 stim packs.
Oh.
I need a pencil to update my inventory.
All right.
Anybody
could
have
put
a
it in
pencil?
Now moving on to Pix and Frankie. You all climb the ladder down into the drain, and would see it's a wasteland bar. Decoration is pretty sparse. It's weird being in a pool that's like dimly lit though, but you know there's like linoleum tile and a few actual drains on it and an actual bar.
Makes cleanup easier.
Weird aesthetic.
Yeah,
In a pool that's
bartender
still
just
lit.
looks to be somewhat young guy, very, very long hair.
Hang out at pools.
And there's only one customer in the drain right now. He's sitting at the bar, looks to be wearing a militia uniform, 5 o'clock shadow, pretty long face, which is an appropriate face in a bar. Why the long face? Yeah, that's all who's in here.
Okay. I guess I can talk to them.
Yeah, you take the lead, kid.
Okay.
I keep saying kid. How old are you?
I'm
You
Tony.
look like a kid.
I'm 23.
23.
I'm not a child. Everyone calls me that.
Well, my apologies.
Thank you.
I'm 32 if it makes you feel any better. We're not too far apart.
I guess that makes me feel better. Anyway.
I could be 132 for all it matters.
Okay. All right. Pix. So there's the bartender, long hair bartender, and then
Yep.
this guy, Clock
Militia man.
Shadow.
Yep.
I guess my first thing is I'm just gonna do like a roll, just to be like, what do they look like? Is there like, what's
Yeah.
the vibe that they?
Perception
vibration?
plus speech.
It's 10. Which is not very okay. That's 4 successes.
4?
Their speech is tagged.
Yeah. Okay.
Four.
So, bartender looks like. He is a bit young to be a bartender, so you'd wager this is probably something that's in the family. And maybe his dad owned this place a while back, maybe his mom, and he eventually took it over. So he's new but experienced. I'm giving you like the whole backstory. The militia man.
Probably a family bar. Probably new by experience.
The militia man. This is where things get a little interesting. The militia
sounds
man
interesting.
appears. Let me finish first, okay? You haven't really interacted with the Ohio State Militia that much before, but you can see on this person's uniform there are sections that have been altered near the epaulets that normally signify rank. It looks like at one point this person had very big epaulets, but now he does not. This would imply that he has gone through a demotion.
That one got demoted, which is interesting. Probably why he has a 10 o'clock shadow. Or just he wants to grow a beard now.
Well,
10 o'clock shot.
It is about 10 o'clock.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna... You want to take one and I take the other?
I'll go talk to the guy and sit down.
Okay. I'll go to the bartender. I go over to the bartender. Pix is. She's more charming than she knows, so she's using Lady Killer without knowing that she's
Okay.
using Lady Killer.
I will
Or
say,
not Lady Killer. Other one.
Black Widow.
Yep.
Um,
I will say, I did find a perk that applies more to
Oh.
charisma. It's just called the Smooth Talker, and it allows you to reroll 1d20 for any barter or speech check.
Okay.
We'll just stick with Black Widow now, and we can look at that later.
yeah, we'll see. I like the extra shooting on the guys. We'll see. We'll talk.
Okay.
We'll talk. Anyway, for now, she goes up to him and,
Welcome to the drain. What can I do you for?
hi, I am kind of new here, and I was kind of looking for some information and also a little interest in the different drinks that you're selling in this establishment.
Of course. For the first issue, wait to buy a drink, then I'll help you out with that. And as for the second issue, let's see. Well, we've got a
Do
variety
you
of...
have any, specifically I'm looking for any beers.
Sorry, not everyone's going to call you kid, especially this kid who is probably a bit younger than you, actually.
Finally.
Yeah, we've got beer here. We've got various kinds of beers.
Nice. What's your high grade beer?
Okay. The high grade beer?
The high grade beer. I hate that that's true, but
All right.
that's where my life
It's a little
is right now.
expensive. He would pull out a case of. It looks to be based off of the label, something pre-war. That's just labeled Schmelken.
Schmelken.
This is perfect.
Alright.
200-year-old beer.
Hey, I thought it like ages.
It's
We
over.
will
like
die when
flat
they
and
drink
it
Not
it.
tastes
wine,
like the
not
can.
beer.
Wonderful. All right.
Yeah.
But also, people in
also
the wasteland don't always know that.
I've seen 200-year-old alcohol in a bottle before. It's
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it ages
Considering
like
that
fine
one of
wine.
you has mac and cheese that is ready to eat, that is also 200 years.
I
This is
would
the worst
believe
thing to
that
be
mac
in.
and
And
cheese
fancy
would
lad snack
last
cakes.
A little better.
longer than beer would.
You think so?
Beer is carbonated, and I don't know how it ages specifically, but I know that champagne gets weird after like 25 years.
I thought wine is like the long older it is, the better.
Especially
Correct.
red
Well,
wine
only
specifically.
to a certain point.
Okay.
This is a 3,000-year-old wine.
It's like not even ancient Roman wine. They were idiots.
I need to go to the vomitorium.
It's right across from the armatorium, right?
The Armnasium.
Armnasium.
Yeah.
There's the
That's
Armnasium, the vomitorium.
It's just like ancient Rome and all the books I read as
Okay.
a child.
You
All right.
pre-war beer in the drain.
Alright, what's the price on the?
For all four?
Are they all four? But they're
It's a
four.
case.
Oh, it's a case. Okay. Yep. All four.
It's a good question. Nobody asks about this stuff. 300 caps for the lot.
Okay. So I have the
Cap
one
collector.
Cap collector.
What to
so
do?
Move. So basically, basic way to say it is if I'm selling something, then I can raise it 10%, and if I'm trying to buy something, I lower it 10%. They say like you can use either for either, so I guess if I wanted to rip myself off, I could do that, which could be interesting at
That
some
would
point.
be funny.
I
But
also have the
maybe
perk
if
that
I'm
lets me
with someone,
raise
I want to
prices.
rip them off. But basically, yeah. So
Oh yeah, you decrease the price of goods. So that'll be.
Just tell them
Uh,
this is the Cooney beer. That Cooney.
You know what? Since nobody
Seven
asked,
inches in the
I'll give you
middle
one for
of nowhere.
270
It's just so
caps.
radiation sensitive. That's why I need to keep covered up all the time.
okay. I have some compatriots who are interested in buying the beer, so I will let
Okay.
you know. I will talk with them. For now, can I get it's an old drink. Can I get a Shirley Temple?
Absolutely. We got plenty of grenadine here.
I hate that that's true, but I don't really drink.
That'll be 2 caps.
Not anymore. Well, not anymore. I used to be. That's too much information. Anyway, I'll take the
She's
Shirley
an
Temple.
oversharer before she's drunk.
That's okay. I've had a lot of people over. That's kind of
know my whole backstory.
what you get as a bartender.
Yeah. Do you like being a bartender?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that's nice.
Very chill job. Shirley Temple.
Thank you.
It's excellent.
This is excellent. Thank you. Anyway, I was looking for information.
Did you pay the caps?
What is the price?
Two.
Yeah. Of course.
So,
I'll,
the money?
I'll say, here's extra 3 if you have some information about any local gangs or I don't know a slick way to say this, but basically, I'm looking for some information about local gangs specifically. You know, she's gonna try and get the Dopplers, and then
The lowdown.
how do you
on
ask
the
about-
lowdown on the low lives?
low down on the low lives. And also, I've heard that there's
Frankie
a,
wearing his fedora
there's a
backwards.
scientist interested in meteorology. And I was wondering if you had heard anything about him.
Tag sticking out.
Not the first person to ask me about that guy. Bunch of shady types looking into him. It's a bit disconcerting.
That is.
And you seem like not the shady type.
Oh, thank you. She's like just like leaning on the bar because she doesn't have good posture. But she's. Oh, thanks.
Had one scientist-looking type actually asking me about him. Stopped by. It was weird. It was like a pharmacy convention in here. Bunch of science types with him.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Anything particular that you noticed about them?
Not especially. He paid in pre-war bills, which is interesting.
Yeah, it is. Pre-war build scientist. Interesting. Interesting. Did you know anything about him? Give them any information?
No, he was keeping pretty mum. He just asked if I knew anything about the doppelgangers. Sorry, doppel soldiers, not doppelgangers. That their name does not come from doppelgangers, believe it or not. It just comes from doppel, which means double.
Interesting. It is. You're a very learned man.
Sorry.
I know. I just wanted to go. Anyway, please go
I might
ahead.
actually. You know what? I might roll with that.
Yeah.
It actually means doppel. Their whole thing is that they pride themselves on being twice the soldier of anyone else.
Twice the soldier. That. Here's the extra 3. There you go.
Thanks.
That's pretty good. Twice the soldier.
Yeah, of course.
Very cool. Any other information about them that you know about? I've got. She like gives them a little like. This is some of the basic stuff that I know about them. They're in that fortress place.
Right. Yeah, the Hot Brown House.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could actually work there.
If you want, we might. If I ever am talking with them, I could ask about it.
Well, I mean, it's not in the best business area.
I get that.
The business is booming here,
Yeah.
even though I am
This is pretty nice.
serving beer in a pool.
Yeah. Be nice if it was a pool, but no. Nice. Should I roll a charisma check at some point?
For what?
I don't know, because I thought I was like, I'm gonna go roll a charisma thing.
Trying to
to,
flirt
like,
with him?
No, like gain information, but I think I just got all the information.
Yeah, he just gave it to you.
Yeah.
You got a drink.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
You could try flirting with
Yeah.
them.
Anyway, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do
so
have
I'm
those
just gonna
options
like
unlocked.
do that and say thank you, and
You could just flirt.
I'll pull out something
For the sake
and I
of
pull out
flirting.
a sticker and I just like.
Just because you like flirting with random NPCs doesn't mean
Uh,
everyone
thanks.
does.
What sticker is it?
I only flirt with
It's like a
PCs
little
and no hot ones.
Probably not gonna have a beer sticker in there.
I mean, she might. That was remembering one. I think a little like a little cocktail glass.
Okay. Man, I wish we had clothes to put in them.
Yeah,
One day.
one day.
All right. Now back to Mr. Frankie. With the other person
Should I
at the
should
bar.
I slide over to help Frankie?
No, this would probably be occurring simultaneously.
Got it.
Yep.
I'll just like look over.
Yeah, you can do that later. Once you're done with it. Yeah.
Right. Frankie's just gonna probably sidle up next to him, sit in the chair over from him, so that there's one chair between them,
Okay.
not right next to him.
Classy
Yeah.
move.
There's tons of open seats in the house. It would be really awkward if you chose the one right next to him.
Little early to be drinking, friend.
Yeah, well, some of us have night shifts.
I hear you. Well, hey, I heard times are tough recently. You look a little more down than other people on the night shift.
You must be new around here, aren't you?
Just rolling it. Just blew into town.
Huh. Well, don't join the militia. Take it from me. It's not worth it.
Well, it looks like you're still in the militia.
Maybe. It's just not worth it if you have any aspirations.
You telling me you don't?
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought there was going to be more to that sentence, but no. That makes total sense on its own.
Well, I mean, there may be something, but when you're part of a force that is supposed to be dedicated to keeping things safe, and they don't, it tends to kill some aspirations. Yeah.
You telling me the militia's not doing their job?
Not on everything.
This guy is slightly drunk. So he's spilling more of his guts than he probably should.
I take it you were, on one such job.
I practically was one of the jobs that I was told not to continue. Okay. I should still probably respect my superiors, so I probably shouldn't say more. The marshal put you up to this or something, trying to get me worse than I already am.
Do I look like I work for the militia?
No.
There's your answer.
Okay. But if you were, I'd probably get myself into a hole so deep I'd just be demoted straight to drummer boy.
You clearly joined the militia with some sense of aspiration. Why'd you
That's
join?
the idea. Because they really keep people who kept people safe. And to be fair, they still mostly do that, and I still mostly do that with them.
Mostly.
He looks around and there's nobody else.
They say they police chems, but they don't. There are chem dealers running rife in this town, and most of them we allow. Because that's what Marshal Gadsden's okay with. That's what he wants. I was the one responsible for investigating such things. He's totally in on it. He's on the mob's payroll. He's letting them into this town.
On the whose payroll?
The mob. The chem dealing, drug trafficking, people murdering.
I almost wanted to say hornswaggling. No. Hornduckers! Okay.
But I was treated okay. Because, yeah, Marshall's corrupt, but he didn't have me killed. He just said, you're demoted. Shut me up, I guess. So yeah, there's way too much that I probably shouldn't have said. But you're from out of town, so figure it doesn't matter.
Well, you're right about that. And I won't be telling Marshal Gadsden. Was that-
Gadsden.
Trust me. I don't like chems as much as the next guy. They ain't good for anybody.
Honestly, I don't think they're objectively evil. The thing that bugs me the most is just the consistency, or the lack thereof, the hypocrisy. This isn't how it's supposed to be run. But it is. They say that, nope, we won't allow it, and then they do. Honestly, I'd much rather be working under a marshal that was okay with chems, rather than one who is willing to cover up the fact that he's for them, and just lies about them. It's not safe knowing that the person at the top of the totem pole is not someone you can trust. Someone who would take caps instead of justice, I guess. Are you new to Ohio?
I've been through the area a few times, but new to Columbus.
All right. He's the head of the Ohio State Militia, the very top. This isn't just some section leader or something.
Well, certainly makes your position complicated.
It does, but at least they let me still hunt down raiders.
You think they're pushing chems here? In the... Is it Armnesium?
Armnesium. Yeah.
Armnesium. I just keep forgetting the name.
That's
It's
okay. Or Armnesium, sorry. It's
They-
Jimmy, yeah.
So are they peddling chems here in the Armnesium?
No, that's... He's not that stupid. That would be hypocrisy for everyone to see. He just allows the people that make the chems traffic them into the worst quarters, I guess. So that for people, say here in the Armnesium, who wanted their fix, all they have to do is just walk 2 miles east. Chem dealers everywhere.
Taking notes, I promise.
You know, it's rather early for you to be drinking too.
Oh no, I don't drink.
You're just here in a bar.
I
to
don't
talk
drink.
to
I don't
people.
drink alcohol.
Okay.
It's not as effective on ghouls as it is.
Fair. I mean, Billy's got something that could help you with that. Pretty sure it has chlorine in it.
That's all right. I'll be fine with my water. But since you seem to enjoy a drink or two, Frank will put down 5 caps for him. Whatever you're buying next, I hope you enjoy it.
Thanks.
You said you were you said this Marshall though is on someone else's payroll.
Yeah.
How much do you know about who's paying him?
Good question. She's a woman. Big glasses. I'll be honest. I don't have explicit evidence this woman was in, you know, the syndicate or whatever. But I know it was trouble. I know she was meeting with him. He hasn't admitted to it. I grilled him on it. Got nothing but a demotion. Either it's the mob, which I have seen his trusted officers let certain individuals pass before. So I've seen essentially crime be allowed, and I've seen him meeting with fishy people. I guess it could be different fishy people. I don't know. Could be some Brotherhood diplomat, or I don't know, someone from the Union that just dresses weird. But God tells me mob. Because the mob does do the pushing around here, that's for sure.
That's interesting. In all my time in Ohio, I never knew.
There you go. Welcome to Flavor Town. No, sorry.
I guess it's just in the big cities, huh?
Yeah, that's what I can tell.
Thank you. What was out of politeness, I usually ask people's names, but I understand if you don't want to share that.
No, it's fine. I'm actually okay going down for this, I guess. It'd be good to be known for this rather than known for a mere demotion. Gary Gdansk. Lineman now. Used to be section leader.
Are all of their ranks named after football positions?
No, it's a mix.
Okay.
That's the only football one.
Okay.
So it's the ranks that I have now are drummer boy, you just joined, lineman officer, kind of like a sergeant, section leader, like a lieutenant, and then marshal, which would be general, big dog. I know that
The big
organizations
dog.
require
Nice.
more ranks. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, Thank you, Gary.
Of course.
And if they come, well, name's Frankie. Nice to
Just
know
gonna
someone
ask.
can be trusted.
Yeah, try. Got a last name?
Well, Franklin is my last name. Marion Franklin.
Ah, I see. Well, at least it rolls off the tongue well.
Well, if you're ever in need of any entertainment, you know where to come. This place looks pretty quiet here in the morning.
You should see it at night. Best watering hole in central Columbus.
They got music?
No, they don't.
Then it's not the best.
Good point. It's good to meet you, Mr. Franklin.
You too. He said lineman, Gary?
Yeah.
Gary.
All right. With that, we will take a short break and return to beer.
Beer time.
Beer plan, beer plan, beer plan. everyone or with each other?
With each other.
We'll get him.
Frankie?
Okay, everyone, and we're back. So, you all just shared your information that you got in the drain. Now let's go back to... Tabs found all the stuff that she needs to. You guys have all the parts you have to... It's still going to take a week, though.
Oh,
We're
we're
not
not gonna
gonna-
make it now.
no.
We're gonna take the alcohol that we can find in the drain,
Okay?
and then we're going to tweak it a little bit, maybe add some mute fruit
Yeah.
flavoring, and then we're just gonna take it. We're gonna take the German-looking stuff.
Okay. There is... Pix only asked about one kind of beer. She literally asked for just the fanciest stuff available. So if that's what you guys wanted to go for, then you could split the caps
Yeah.
for it, or you could buy something cheaper.
How much was it for one?
For one of those, I said it was $270 for all three. 3 divided by 4 is...
It'd be 75 each.
Okay.
Marked down 10%, so
Yeah.
70.
So
Give or take.
we'll say 65 with Pix.
Okay.
Cap collector thing.
How many? I have a question about this. How many caps did we start off with?
Whatever was listed in... don't your specific inventory amounts select.
I started
cap.
with none.
That's enough.
I've got 65.
I
man.
believe you start with 10ish.
Well,
get so
because we start. I'm sorry.
Just had it as a
Because we started at
Merit
level
of
3,
character
you
creation.
start with an additional cap allotment.
yeah.
So,
What? What?
is the stream running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I will
Everyone-
look this up. You continue.
Because
Okay.
for backstory reasons,
Okay.
Margie spent all her caps getting here, so she has 5,
Oh.
and they're Dale's.
And you've got 43. So, you know,
Yep,
we
I'm
can
rich.
make this happen.
I have 5 caps.
Oh.
Whoa!
Well, Tabs and I are rich.
Well, it's more like I had 3 things of pre-war
You can
money,
have
which
more
is
if you
equal
want.
to
You were
10
a
caps
doctor.
per
Right.
bill.
Let's say
Alright, so
40.
that plus the
Okay.
13 that I
Plus
found
the-
on the ground.
the 5
or-
that you had.
45 then.
There you go.
I'll pay for half of this.
I found 43 caps a while back, or some money. So
That's
I
enough.
could pitch in a little bit too.
All right. 30 caps.
Okay. I'll let you all divvy up who pays for what. Wait, you said
You said
30,
30.
and then 65, so 35 from
Miss
excuse me,
Tabs.
Tabs.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I need to borrow that pencil again.
Okay, well, there you go. 1 bottle of Schmelgen beer.
Thanks, Bill.
Of course.
All right. So, what else do we need?
Well, we just need to take our gear and we can head on over. I think it would be best if you don't speak at all while we're there.
I mean, we could say the mask, she can't speak or something's wrong with her face.
Yes.
I mean,
you
I hope
were-
nothing's wrong
you
with
were
her face,
burned
but,
by acid in
I
a
pretend.
Right.
lab making beer.
Wait, so are we?
Maybe not. Maybe
Not making
someone
beer.
else was making.
I think I should
Someone
probably
else-
stay
No, no, no,
silent
no.
too. I tend to fold under pressure a little bit,
This-
and then I blabber. So I'll be silent too. I'll be the silent volunteer.
Well.
This accident did not happen making beer. We are not teaching them a dangerous process.
Oh, no. Someone was trying to make jet
And I was trying
in
to
the beer
stop
lab,
them.
which is against the rules.
Yes.
And then the accident happened and you burned your face and your vocal cords and now you can't speak.
I don't have a tongue. My falcon ate
So,
it.
So, we were thinking
Does he do
it
that?
would be best if we left the good.
You could.
I hope not.
It would be best if we left the good fighters who seem to be very good with the gun
Oh yeah.
behind in case they do decide to take us hostage. Because the fighters would honestly be much better at breaking us out or rescuing us.
I think if we're down to the 2 of you who know how to use guns very well, we're not going to be trying to stage a breakout.
The fewer people that can blow cover, the better.
So am I staying or going?
We can just.
What do you say?
I
Being in
mean,
charge and all.
I've tried to tell you multiple times. It's whatever. Tabs, do you want to be there?
I don't want to do much talking. I get nervous. I start blabbering, saying things.
I mean, we've heard that they're at least decently honorable people. I'd rather have all of us together.
All right.
In
We're
case
all
things
going-
go a direction that you and I and Margie aren't willing to handle.
All right.
And while you
If he's
guys-
going, we need to talk now about who's doing the talking and who's shutting up.
Well, I think since you know how to make the beer, it's going to be you doing the talking this time.
I would-
Unless you start threatening people, in
I
which
would
case we
have
might
to agree,
renegotiate.
since it's the Doc's plans, he should be spearheading it. I'll just be following along.
All right, just want to make sure he doesn't try to give him all our caps or anything.
If there's anything helpful you have to add, Frankie, then go ahead.
Oh, absolutely.
But not stupid.
and
But
All right,
mostly
ready
follow
to
the
go.
doc's lead on this one.
And I can run interference for Tabs and Margie if people start trying to talk to them.
Yes. Basically, don't talk. The more talking you do, the more suspicious they'll get.
If you talk once, you blow the cover, so just...
You
We have that-
speak sign language. Do you know sign language? All right, you know German sign language.
Maybe we have that she can speak, but it hurts because then she doesn't talk a lot. Also, it's fine to just have someone who doesn't talk a lot.
Speaking that would be a charisma check.
Okay.
We're trying not to let her be the one doing the communicating.
Trying
the
not to
high
have a charisma check for me. Or not to have one that at all relies on the mask. At least.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Can't affect these hands.
Are we ready to go?
I think we should be good unless
Yes.
there's anything else that you need for your plan.
No, we have the ingredients. We have the bottle. Well, I don't want to touch this.
Did you
It's
all? Tabs isn't gonna find razor grain, and
DTL said they could give us those.
ETL would charge you for those.
What's
How
a
much?
reason?
With a
Someone still has
discount.
money.
Let's see. For the yeast, 8 caps with the discount. For the razor grain, you need. How much do you want? You want a whole
Enough to,
barrel of the stuff, or
enough to make
like a lot.
like
They can buy their own after a while.
a dozen bottles.
a dozen?
So,
Okay,
probably
12
couple-
caps.
I'll foot the
Bushels.
bill for that. It's 20 with discounts. That's what, 16?
No, the discount was already applied. It's 20 total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said 8 with discount.
Well,
Right,
he meant
yeah.
the discount was already applied.
I see.
There it is. Yep.
Pix could also pay for it and add her little discount thing. Charm the person.
I like how you guys are like, no, we shouldn't give caps to raiders. If you buy stuff and then give that stuff to raiders, that's fine.
This is part of an
We're also-
elaborate
we're also
plan.
Undercutting,
He's
undercutting everyone's profits as much as we can.
Yeah,
we
that's
might
true.
as well be robbing the storefront.
Well, let's rob them of their beer and make it where they can only produce this
Okay,
beer.
so we got all the ingredients and we're going.
Yep.
All right, you all are heading out of the Armnasium and into the desolate wasteland of southern Columbus.
All right. Everyone should probably have their weapons stowed away. Also, we should open this bottle. He's holding the beer that we got. We don't want it to look like it's pre-war. We want it to look like we made it.
It does still have a label on it.
I know. I'm gonna scruff it up on
Okay.
rocks and dirt.
Roll.
It's recycled glassware.
Roll.
I'm not throwing it. I'm using.
No, I know. Roll a.
Just hand it here, Doc. Frankie's
Well,
gonna whip out a
what would the
switchblade.
check? What would the check be?
Scary
question.
man.
Probably.
Intelligence.
Scrape the.
No. Probably agility.
Oh, in that case,
I have good agility.
Frankie's like pulling
Bonus
a
if you
switchblade.
have-
Give it here,
I
Doc.
really have a sharp edge to just the label off.
we could just dip it in water so that it gets all soggy.
Just roll the
cut it
check.
off.
What's the dip? What's the
Difficulty of 2. Agility plus.
So
Wait,
I'm not doing. I'm not
Does it
doing
have a
math.
bottle cap?
What?
Does it have a bottle cap?
Yes.
Can I have the bottle cap?
I'm.
That would give me 6 caps.
We're
I'm
leaving
not
Total.
We're not. We're just
Only
messing-
Nuka-Cola caps are
We're just
currency.
scuffing. We're not breaking anything. We're just scuffing up
In
the
the game,
label
the
on the
sarsaparilla
front.
caps also.
Oh, that's true. That's a southwestern thing. But beer, wine,
Oh.
any other.
I don't think I
beverage.
want to do this.
No, I have good
Do-
agility.
Do the cutting?
Just cut it off, Frankie.
I'll allow survival.
Just As your
Doc.
survival.
I suck at that too.
I
You're
have some
tagged.
agility and
Bottle,
survival.
Doc. And Frankie's just gonna start scratching it off with his switchblade. What's
Yeah,
the
okay.
check? Agility. And...
Agility, survival, difficulty of 2, with partial successes.
Easier
You're
since
gonna-
he has a
Oh
switchblade.
my gosh.
What's that?
Easier since he's doing it with a
use
tool.
action points.
Oh my word! I'm sorry.
You said it. Okay, agility.
We
and
cannot
survival.
break this.
Yes.
I mean, that's fair,
Just-
but is
yeah,
it gonna
just use-
break?
You're fine.
No, that's not fine.
Oh.
I'm gonna use a luck to re-roll that.
What was it?
It was a complication.
You guys still
Um,
haven't recuperated
Still
your
2
luck.
successes though.
What's that? 2
You
successes?
said we did because we rested.
No.
I didn't see that.
I thought you said hit points. I'm sorry. No.
Oh, okay. Well, I still had enough luck points.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I've got 3 left over for them.
All right.
Dang, I need to use
Very
them.
carefully
Six more.
scrape it off, and there are a couple times where when you're peeling a label off and then stuff starts to stick. You're like, no, and you scrape that off before continuing to peel the thing off.
Yeah.
It's pristine. Good job.
Good job. Does somebody else want to carry this? Margie, you are
breakdown over a beer bottle.
you invented the recipe.
All right.
Let's go. One of my hands is up, the other one's holding the cane.
Okay. It's a long walk, but
Okay, once we get
yeah.
in sight.
So, before you all, Pix.
Oh no, she's just doing the two-handed thing.
Okay. Before you all are anywhere near there, after maybe 20 minutes of walking, I'm trying to remember who had the highest perception check. We'll say Tabs. Maybe a corncob told you first, but there is an individual on this road that you all are approaching, and she is just standing on it.
Tabs.
I'm standing on what?
You saw a woman.
The individual with the highest perception. I'm standing on what?
It's called road.
Distracted for a minute. Definitely not
She
looking
found
at
pot.
Shaw.
Oh.
As you all are moving closer,
well baked.
you would be able to see it's not someone of any threat, just a woman wearing what looks to be,
Legolas, what do your elven eyes see?
yeah, just looks like a young lady, black hair, typical wastelander fatigues with a pretty big backpack and a coat, and she is moving towards you all. Doesn't look like a threat, and I don't know who would be stupid enough to run towards 6 people as a raider and try to accost them, but are you all doing anything?
Does she have any weapons?
Probably. It's the wasteland. Everybody's armed.
Can we help you?
Okay, and as you call that a little while out, she's like, oh, I just wanted to talk to you all about an exciting business opportunity.
Get lost.
You all look like you're going somewhere.
I think
Why
this
don't-
is one for
this
the
is giving me
for
hate girl,
Frankie to
wanna be
handle.
some boss babe.
It is not that.
Julie's like
Want me to
tagging
handle this one,
Frankie.
Doc?
Get rid of her, please. I don't want any more of these schemes.
Walk and talk.
Ma'am, we're on a
This is
little bit of a
Frankie's
time crunch.
Oh,
Could I get your name?
Tricks.
Trix, nice to meet you. Are you don't happen to be heading to the Armanesium,
Oh,
are you?
I'm not going there.
Oh, well, is there somewhere maybe we could meet you where we could hear more about this at a later time?
Oh, I was just gonna ask you if you want camps.
Oh,
No.
I
We
thought she was trying
don't.
to get us into a pyramid
Really?
scheme.
I'm alright.
Hey, girly,
We
wanna be your
don't
own
do
boss
chems
babe?
here. Get lost. Take that filth somewhere else.
What kind of business are you guys doing? Listen, I got real
None of
special
yours.
No, we don't do cams.
I
No,
got
thank
something
you.
real new and special.
We don't do cams. Nope, we value our
What do
health
you
and
have?
safety and
Got
prioritize
C24.
our lives.
What is?
Sorry, what did you say?
I got C24. That
Wait.
new stuff.
Where did you get that?
I got it straight from the Rad Man. What do you think?
I think you have a.
I'm sorry, who's the Rad Man?
What's a C24?
The Rad Man. He's like
I don't do
new,
cams.
new scientist guy who's making like these crazy new chems.
Do you know
Just
where?
passed through here.
Do you know where? How long ago did he pass through here?
Make it worth my while. Or, yeah, make it worth my while.
This is
why
not
don't you?
relevant to the mission.
I know something that my character would not know.
Look. Is this real C24?
Yes.
Tabs is whispering. What's
How do I know? Tell me about this Rad Man.
Is he
Okay, well, I met him a while back. He's like wearing a lab coat, right? Yeah. And he is a scientist, chemist, and he made C-24.
What color is his hair?
Doctor.
What color
Gotcha.
is his hair?
Brown.
Brown? He was wearing a hat.
What kind of hat?
I
know
hardly
this
see
guy?
how this is relevant.
Is it?
It's
Do you know him?
it's useful information for later. Was he wearing a bowler hat?
What's a bowler hat?
It's like round on top.
No, that's she's asking that, not me. I know what a bowler
I know,
hat
I
is.
know. That's what he's answering. He's answering. It's like the round on top one.
Does he have other scientist associates with him?
Yeah, he's got a whole team.
Where are they?
They're called sorry, it's like Noki or something like that. It's
Like the
No.
pasta?
yeah, no, it's
That's just my
Gnosis,
actual
Gnosis,
Croatian
that's it.
ancestors
But it's
right
with a
there.
G because it's fancy.
Yeah, it's a
Gnosis.
Gnostic.
Gnosis.
Gnosis.
That's actually really darn close.
That's really interesting. Would we be able to meet with him and talk about
Nostradamus.
chems and such?
Well,
How do
I know a place that he just so happens to have been recently.
Oh, that's quite
You
interesting.
tell me, and I will buy a dose of C24 from you.
Buy it first.
thought we don't do
Let me
camp.
see the merch.
How much do you charge for a dose?
50 caps.
50 caps.
You know it's special.
Doctor.
Doctor, I thought we aren't, messing with cams.
can-
That's
I'll tell you what.
That's what we were
Can
told.
Frankie whisper to Jules? Real quick.
Yeah, sure.
This is going somewhere.
I know that. I just want to know where it's going first.
I'll explain it later.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 15 caps and a full dose of Psycho.
Deal.
Now that is how you handle a negotiation.
He's multi-talented.
All right, so he hands over
Okay.
the caps and he takes a dose.
She takes the psycho.
Now, would you care to tell me where we can find the Rat Man?
Yeah. You guys know the Doppel soldiers?
Yeah, we're
Yeah, he was just totally going to meet him. Like a week ago, but.
Do you think he's still there now?
I don't know. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe?
All right.
I don't know.
Do you know why he was there?
Does he have anything to do with this fellow we're trying to rescue?
It definitely does.
He's trying to peddle his thing, just like me. He's trying to find buyers. Oh, no. He was trying to meet another scientist guy. True story. These scientists, they're up to something, I tell ya.
Did he leave with this other scientist guy?
Not that I know.
Well, thank you for your time. The rest of us need to be heading.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. If you want me to set up a meeting with the Doppel soldiers, I got an in with them. Last chance.
I would,
We would be
actually.
interested in that.
We do need that
We're actually
actually,
going.
believe it or not.
Is that so? Oh. Bobby's gonna be so happy to see me. Alright, just follow me. I'm not leading you into a trap, I swear.
What was your name again?
Tricks.
Tricks.
Yes.
Here's an odd question. Does Frankie know anything about C24?
It's new. So you may not have heard of it before unless you're interacting with seedy things
So,
recently.
Blue.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's that new.
it is that new. Yeah.
Oh.
Alright, come on everyone. And she is going to reach into her backpack and pull out a comically small little white flag. Gotta signal somehow.
Tabs. Keep an eye
Yeah.
out.
As we're going, I'm gonna pull you over to the back and be like, "Hey," where like
Yeah,
Trick's
she
not
can hear.
hearing.
Yep.
Like, "Hey." So I'm gonna explain. So I'd heard a rumor in the terrain about a man, lab coat, with a bunch of other scientists looking for our meteorologist. So that's why I was talking about chems. So if you were thinking about writing me up for something, then I advise you to.
I wasn't planning on writing you up.
Well, I'll take that. I'm sorry. I didn't super trust you. So
I've not given you much of a reason to.
yeah, that makes sense.
What else did you hear about the men in the lab coats?
I don't think there's any other information. This is just me as Jacob. I don't think. Besides, just seems like they're looking for them. And did I know when? Did he give me impression, Billy? Like when?
He did not.
He did not. Okay, I don't know when.
He
were
said they
asking.
came through a while back, is what he
Said
said.
a while back.
Which could be anywhere from a day to a month.
Yeah, but if he was meeting with the meteorologist, that means there's some connection there.
My worry is if they've taken the meteorologist.
True.
Also very curious why our doctor is so interested.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think there's.
Tell me if you find out anything about that.
Okay. How much will you pay me for it? There's 2 ways to a man's heart, but only one to a woman, and that's money.
I like you more than I thought I would.
I also lie a lot. Well, I don't lie a lot, but I lie when I want to. So you should keep that in mind also.
Well, let's just call any information you find trust building.
Did you lie on the polygraph?
Yeah. Hi,
You
Pip.
did!
Yeah.
Where's Buster?
Jules
this entire
Feiner!
time?
Hi, Pip.
Hi. Liar.
Hi, little green man.
You sit on a throne of lies.
And I am the queen of them.
This is getting weird. I'm going to go talk to the
I'm
doctor.
like right next to the screen on your wrist when I'm talking to him.
Pip, good job making friends. Now,
Sorry.
I'll see you later.
And
And
I
I'm
just
going
had
to
the
try to pull Jerry
realization.
aside.
Jerry's walking kind of up at the front. He's hurrying more than he normally does. He looks a little excited.
He got his
Walk with me.
C-24. He's excited.
Junkie.
What?
Walk with me.
Tabitha is
I
looking
am,
at him suspiciously.
you walk with me. I'm walking
Behind
faster
the
than-
rest.
Fine.
You lit up when this rad man came up.
Well, yeah. So
So I want to know what it means to you.
it's just a hunch. I don't know for sure.
What's the hunch?
Look, I may have fibbed a little on the polygraph.
That's more common than
Is
you might
everybody in
think.
this party just a bunch of liars?
No, but the reason I came to Columbus was because I was hoping to find someone that I knew from a long time ago.
You're rad man.
Radamanthus is the name he goes by.
Who is he to you?
Oh, I don't know yet. I need to confirm.
Who do you think he is?
My brother.
Have you ever met him?
Yes, I grew up with him.
Well, you said you weren't sure who he was.
Hey, if
I'm
he's an
not
older
sure.
sibling, you know.
I'm
you
not
could've
sure
never
this
known.
Radamanthus is my brother, although the
It's a new name.
C-24 would lead me to believe it may be. I need to analyze it and confirm that it is his recipe.
Which is why you bought it.
Yes. Don't know why he's peddling it on the streets, but
What does he want with Cortland?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in 10 years.
And there was nothing that he was doing back then, no sort of agenda, no sort of goal that might lead you to believe that.
No, he's my brother.
All right. Remember that our first goal was getting Cortland out alive.
Of course, my brother wouldn't do anything to hurt him.
All right. Well, I see no reason to tell anyone else about this.
Of course. And look, if it's my brother there, if he's gotten in good with the Doppel soldiers, he might be our key to getting Cortland out.
You think?
I know. Yeah, my brother and I go way back. We can. Well, we go way back, but we can.
Most brothers do.
Look. I can talk to him and I can figure a way to get him out. My brother is much smarter than I am. He'll help us.
My brother and I, We're like in the same family, man.
He's like,
We're like
He's
he's
like
like,
a brother
my
to me.
brother, but from my mother.
As soon as we were both born, we lived our whole lives together.
we were born and we had a bond.
A familial bond, one might
Familial
say.
Eyes on the prize.
All right. Oh,
Wait, what?
sorry.
Eyes on the prize.
Yes.
If you get distracted, I'm taking over. I'm not
Yes,
good with
I'm-
talking. You don't want me to take over.
Yes. Eyes on the prize. I'll take care of it. I'll talk to my brother if he's there, and we'll get Cortland out.
Okay.
And after that, I'm leaving the party.
We'll have finished the mission at that point, so I would
Yes.
expect as much.
Yes.
All right. And you all would continue away from the busy skyscrapers and towards a quaint little German village with cobblestone roads instead of just concrete ones. Which, right?
Brick.
Brick.
Brick and
That's it.
cobblestone. There
Okay.
are some places where it's brick.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Most
brick roads.
most of the places it's brick. Although now it probably is cobblestone.
Yeah, those,
Probably
those
lower.
roads
Brick
are a little
is
bumpy
actually
outside
brick
the
is actually
blocks.
really easy to like repair, way easier than pavement. Because you just take out the damaged brick area,
Yep.
you just take it out and you put new ones.
You have to put
So
the
it's
awful
actually like
patch in.
really repairable, and bricks are made of clay and a little bit of sand.
There you go.
So they're actually not hard to make.
They take a lot of pride in their brick roads, so I imagine there's someone who lives there that is just constantly repaving bricks.
And they're a pain to drive on.
Well,
It's
sure,
like the guy
but they're
in
so
Diamond City being at
repairable.
Walgreens.
Yeah, it's because the ones we've driven on were like really bumpy.
They need
Episode
repaired.
name, Beer and bricks.
Hi,
Beer,
welcome to our-
bricks, and a bag of tricks.
Welcome to
Whoa!
our podcast.
Okay, that's good. Impressive. All right. As Trix is leading the party, waving her small white flag, you all would quickly see sentries around this area wearing lederhosen.
So,
Um,
and I tell everyone why they're called the Dopplers, and like,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah, absolutely.
that's, you know, how the blue, talking about blue is like a trigger thing. This is an important point. So we're gonna respect them on that especially. Okay, we keep you're good. That's it. I'd probably give them the other information. I don't think there's anything I would be hiding. But then, is it that you didn't tell me about the mob stuff, or we're not telling them about the mob stuff?
Frankie did not tell you about the whole thing with Gary.
Okay.
He would have told you
I'll-
that Gary got mad at his boss, and that's why he got demoted.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
Honest to
It's
God.
kind of true.
that is the truth.
Sorry. All right. Okay. All right.
With a long face. I got problems with my boss. What did he do to you?
He demoted me.
All right.
Sold out the city. Okay.
So she's waving the white flag.
Yes. Someone calls out, "Was ist los?" And she just turns out. Well, if it isn't Bobby Callahan, what are you doing here? Hi, Trix. We can go in, right? These people are interested in the Rad Man and in the scientist guy. And they're paying people. They've got good stuff. I got some fresh psycho if that's what you want. No. Let me go just talk to der Zersterer. And he just goes into the Hofbrau house.
I'm keeping
You can
an eye
see,
out.
yeah, there are around a dozen sentries, far off from you all now, but looking right at you. Bolt action rifles. Just staring you all down. It's going to be a little bit of time, so if you have any last things to comment or anyone you might want to talk to, now is the time.
Any last words?
Sassafras.
Beer breaks it as bag tricks.
Don't talk.
I didn't say that.
Archie.
Sassafras. She does talk.
She only says sassafras. That's all she could say. Sassafras.
It's got all those.
She only
soft
speaks New Mexican.
consonants.
New Mexican.
Whoa.
Anyway, we're waiting.
It's called Spanglish, actually.
We're waiting.
Waiting.
All right. After a while, this person, Bobby, would come out of the Hofbrau house with
Bobby Newport.
Bobby Newport hasn't worked a day in his life. No, sorry. Yeah. Stay, microphone. Okay. Sorry,
I
yeah.
had to.
It's a funny voice. Okay. Along with four other doppel soldiers. All right, you will have to lose the weapons, says Bobby.
Oh, by the way, Corncob has come to perch on Tab's shoulder because
Yeah.
she, we don't know what gender Corncob is, was not in the building
It's really hard to
because
tell with birds.
they don't like
Yeah.
buildings.
Actually, we'd prefer to keep on the same terms you're on. We don't know you, see.
Would we be
And
able to
we do
have
not know you.
Would we?
So we say
We-
9.
We will respect their wishes. And if you don't want to hand over your weapons, those who do not hand over their weapons can just stay here.
What I want is some kind of a guarantee that the second we step in there, we're not going to become like the scientist.
We want your word as gentlemen.
As
Well,
warriors.
then that is what you will receive. Says new individual who has come out. Looks to be wearing a much cleaner uniform than the others, with a funky looking gun slung around his shoulder. What's that?
Is there any way to tell what the gun is or what it does?
Intelligence plus firearms focus. I will allow perception as well.
Would it be small guns?
Yes.
Nope.
Liquid core.
Nothing.
Gun.
That's a gun.
It's a
If I've ever seen one, that's a gun. It probably shoots something.
It's so pretty. I want to eat it.
Can I make that roll?
Yeah, sure.
I just thought the color
That's
scheme was
that.
nice. It's like a snow globe.
Okay, that's 2
Snow
successes.
globe day.
2 successes. It's a rare weapon. Definitely not something built after the war. You would probably recognize it as something similar to the main sidearm of Chinese forces. It's typically identified as Chinese pistol in the Fallout lore. I wouldn't give you anything higher than that, but it looks to be heavily modified. It's got a stock extended magazine. Looks to be like a carbine version of it.
Okay.
It's just funky looking. It's not like he has a, minigun or something like that.
Okay.
Did you say you give us a guarantee of our safety and freedom to leave at any time we choose if we give up our weapons?
Of course. I
No,
also
right.
said I am a man of my word.
And their
All right.
weapons will be returned to us when we're leaving.
Of course.
Can I keep my bird with me? She's codependent.
The bird's not a weapon, so yes.
Yeah, she's very nice and
What an
calm.
intriguing creature. And you have trained it?
Yeah, her name's Corncob. That's corn. That's cob. Corncob. Her name's Corncob. His.
And I
really
thought
know
that
what she is.
falconry was dead.
I found her falling out of her nest when she was a baby.
She doesn't happen to be one of the chips in this exchange, does she?
No,
No.
she's mine. She's my pet.
Very
We do
well.
have business to discuss.
Of course. Follow me inside. After you submit your weapons, of course.
All right. He's gonna offer his 10mm pistol and his syringer.
All right.
Can I make a roll to see if this guy is talking? Is he lying to us?
Yeah, absolutely. Perception plus speech.
Alright, 4 plus 6. Here we go.
Well, can I also make that roll?
Yes.
2 successes.
2 successes. It's a critical
suspicious,
success.
but I'm
One
staying in
critical
my lane.
success.
1 critical success. Yeah.
Anyone who has a hidden weapon, please roll a agility plus stealth to hide it.
What
I'm
about a
gonna
keen
give up my
sword?
weapon then.
Roll it.
I wasn't gonna.
Is that agility?
plus stealth? It's
3.
also
Okay.
a 5.
What's
Is that-
stealth? Sneak?
Can you argue anything else? That's the best one I can think of.
Intelligence,
But I'll allow it.
because it is designed
Yep.
to look like a normal cane.
Hidden difficulty. This is a contest.
All right. 2.
2. Anyone else hiding weapons? Well, who's staying outside? Raise your hand if you're staying outside. Everyone's going in? Okay.
Yeah, man.
You got 4 successes. So every single weapon that is on your person will be seized, including the cane sword. Interesting piece.
I'll go and support
Will you
him.
at least let me not have the not sword part, so I can walk?
It will be easier with moving him places and talking with him and be less of a bother.
Look, just unscrew the sword.
Roll a persuasion check.
Can I help? 'Cause I was...
He's kind of just focused on Jerry right now.
3 successes.
3?
So he's saying just unscrew the sword from the handle and then put the handle in the wooden part.
Seems
Screw those back
innocuous.
All right. And you still have that.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. And you all enter the Hofbrau house, which is a German Hofbrau. That's actually not a specific restaurant name. That's just like what you call a place like this.
Well, you said it was Schmitz, so
It's
can't
not.
be a
It's not Schmitz. It's Schneider's or something.
No, that's a donut shop.
Ah, dang it! Curse. Strauss's.
It's Fallout.
Was that the name of the chocolate place in Finley? What was the dish? That might have been Schneider's.
field trip.
Whoops.
That was something brothers. I think that was the Schneider brothers.
Yeah, that's it. The actual one is Deitch Brothers in Finland. But
That is
I
correct.
keep changing it. All right. You would see this place is distinguished by very, very long wooden tables. A lot of the Doppler soldiers, or sorry, they're not Doppler. Doppel soldiers, Doppelsoldaten are at the wooden tables. Some of them drinking beer in tall glass steins. Everyone does turn around to see these newcomers, you all. And Mike, the gestorer, just gestures to them. Oh, just go about your drinks. Just important business involving Cortland.
You still have him?
I won't offer any information on that until I know what I'm dealing with.
All right, allow
Please,
me.
have a drink.
Well, actually, that was what we were going to say to you.
Oh, of course, I will have a drink.
Who had
A drink!
I have it.
Oh, no, we brought you a drink. We will share, of course.
As soon as you said that, someone very quickly reacted and immediately just Stein right next to him. Oh, what were you saying?
Give me. See, we heard that you have a strong affinity for the finer things in life, including good German beer.
Oh.
And it just so happens.
Wait,
he
is that
does-
an authentic? This is Mike.
No. Better. It is a beer from a small Germanic town in New Mexico. Germanic immigrants that brought their own finely crafted beer.
Tell me more.
I love how like sometimes you're like, I don't know if I know the role, but I feel like I know the role.
Immigrants from Vienna. Austrian, I know, but their family is German. They came over, brought some of their good ideas about brewing, and improved upon them with the native produce of New Mexico. He's going to pop it open, and he's going to pour. What are there glasses here?
He's already finished his Stein.
All right, he's going to. He's going to pour. He's going to pour
He's like
himself a
shotgunning
glass.
from
Tell me
Stein.
more.
He's going to pour himself a small amount, just so that it's not poisoned or anything.
Taste
He's
it.
going to offer him some as well. Oh, there's enough for a few of your men to have some if you wish as well.
I don't know what to roll on this.
We did shell out
I-
for the
I
the
know
good
it's
stuff.
fancy, but this might not be something that should be fancy.
Perception. See if you can taste the German.
Does he know what authentic German beer tastes like?
No.
He will now.
You ever heard of the placebo?
Maybe it just works.
I'm using
We're just good.
placebo on him.
This is a fancy
It's not
German
even
beer
a
placebo.
No, we're
It's
telling
just
him it's
lying.
great.
Oh my god.
Oh.
This marshmallow?
This doesn't taste anything like what we have. What is in that?
Do you not taste it?
No, I do taste it. It's just. It tastes like urine.
Exactly. It's the strong stuff. It's the stuff that will get you drunk a bit faster. But that's not all we bring. Unfortunately, we were.
This is pre-war stuff. You're not supposed to age beer.
It is. No, it's not pre-war.
It is. I'm.
Dude rolled the sommelier check and he passed. This is an old vintage, full-bodied, gross, not our year.
Wait a minute.
I'm
Let me
getting notes
taste
of
it.
urine.
Did you switch
By
out the
golly,
bottles?
you're right. Did you drink the good stuff? She doesn't speak. Bad jet accident. She drank the rest. I do apologize. This is very unprofessional. She will be punished afterwards. But I do apologize. This. You see, what we were going to offer, I myself am a chemist, quite a skilled one, in fact, and she has the recipe for the good stuff. So what we
Not
were...
for piss.
No, not for piss.
Oh.
Not at all. No, she has a secret ingredient that she adds to her own beer that she brews. Grown.
Just cut to the chase, please.
All right. What we were going to suggest is we offer to help you. We will teach you a respectable trade. You wish to be mercenaries. Am I wrong?
We are mercenaries.
You are mercenaries, of course.
That's not what Delroy Trade Lines thinks.
They
But we believe that you are twice the soldiers any other entire unit that's here. And we believe that it
German?
is Irish heritage. But I would like to.
she hates the French too.
Yep. It's you.
If any French people are watching.
We've always believed that it's not just the weapons or the strategy, but it's the heart that makes a strong warrior.
Der Mensch.
Mensch.
And to
Ja.
create Dimension, to create
Der.
to create Dimension, you have to create a culture, a community.
An image.
This is
Once-
something that will build a cornerstone.
Let me ask you.
Piss?
No,
Not
no.
No,
I do apologize
true,
for that.
our true
She adds her own secret
beverage.
ingredient.
I'm sorry. She's a little weird.
I need to try this new beverage and not the piss.
We will manufacture some for you. What I am suggesting is we will help you. Let me ask you. You're mercenaries. You hire yourselves out as soldiers
Yeah.
to fight for glory. When's the last job you had? What's the last time you were hired?
I don't know what you're trying to accomplish with this.
What I am saying is that you need to project an image. And now you need to obviously fund your army while in between jobs. I'm suggesting that you develop a reputation not only as the best mercenaries in central Ohio, if not all of Ohio.
Whoa, we're talking big scale now. All of Ohio?
Not only the best mercenaries in all of Ohio, but also the best brewers of beer this side of the Mississippi River. You can sell it to Columbus, you can sell it to Delroy Trade Lines, you can sell it to whoever you want. This will fund your army.
Wait, so this is Delroy's ploy to get Cortland?
Well,
You're trying to tell me to become
no. I'm not with Delroy. I'm a freelancer, you could say. They hired me to get Cortland out any way I can, but
whose idea was it this?
She
Hers.
switched out the bottles.
She switched out the bottle. She wanted to keep the good stuff for herself.
Is that a lie?
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to buy this stuff? I mean, I guess it was Pix.
Well, Pix presented it to the group. So
Yeah.
I
You
don't
should have
know.
tasted it.
Can I?
Yeah.
Well, we knew it was gonna taste
Billy's
bad.
very happy. He's like, glad I got rid of some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a
Billy's
lie
the
that he
I'm going to
that
lie.
she switched out the bottles, but Margie's like
Use our
Yeah. Can I have
Margie's
a
like
cap?
gesturing that that's true.
that-
So
Can
can I
have a
help?
cap, please? I'm gonna use a lot. Or not an extra.
one.
Can
Well,
I
spend
help
three.
in this?
Spend
Have
three.
I helped?
I nodded when he said she switched out the
No,
bottles.
that would hurt.
We should be
What?
fine.
You
No.
have -1 to any speech
You-
checks.
You.
Oh wait, no, it's not. I'm just
Nodding
he's been
my
doing
gas
the
mask is
speaking.
not muffled.
You know what? You have been doing speaking. I will allow you to. Well, you haven't spoken on this lie that he just
Good
made,
point.
though. If there's a future
4 dice
persuasion
will
check,
be
then
fine.
yes, I will allow
We'll be
it.
fine.
You'll be good.
What's the difficulty?
It's a contest.
All right, I'm gonna use a luck point to re-roll this one. 6 successes.
6.
Mm-hmm.
You get 6 action points.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we're back up to full.
You are now back up to full. He got 0.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
We
cool. I was
overkilled
worried.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, we
It was for a good
obviously
cause. It was for a good cause.
we
Okay.
obviously
One more.
did not mean to present
I'm
him
inspirational.
like that bad of
Wait,
beer.
but we're. Wait,
So
is our
it makes
cap at
sense.
6 or 7?
7.
7. Okay.
Well, listen, I like your idea, but I also have no proof that your idea would work, except for the piss, which is not good proof.
Of course. And unfortunately, we're out of the good stuff, but I guarantee you we will set to work immediately crafting some more.
So I'll see you in a month, then.
No, we have
No.
some back to camp.
No, we don't. We are going to stay here for a week. Yes, we know how to make it that fast.
If, of course, you would
Of course,
allow
No.
it.
here's the way it will work. Now, we don't want you learning the recipe by observing us because that would kind of defeat the purpose of a trade. You would already know it. We'll make it in secret. Just give us a private room where we can do it without being observed. And then, we want proof. Actually, now would be a good time. We want proof that Cortland is still alive.
They say the proof is in the pudding, and right now, the only proof you brought has been the piss.
I know.
So you are
What does it
expecting
actually gain you to not show us that Cortland is alive?
Because for all we know,
It's showing
Cortland
my
is-
cards when you have shown me none.
I know, we are trying to show you cards, but as far as I'm concerned, Cortland is pissed to us too. Because you haven't showed us
Then
anything.
why have you tried to do so much?
What I am saying, yes, we haven't shown you anything, but you haven't shown us anything either.
Right. I have the person you want. I don't need your recipe. You all are here for Cortland.
And we have no reason to negotiate if he's dead.
He is not dead, I assure you that.
We're going to need some kind of a proof of that. You've stripped us of our weapons. There's nothing we could do even if you brought him out. What I'm suggesting is that you bring one of us to
Do you
see
want
him.
me to go cut his toe off or something?
I would like you to take one of us to see him.
No.
What would it take to assure you of our intentions?
Beer!
And we'll make some for you, but we can't make some for you without you assuring us.
You should have thought of that.
I
Maybe
know.
should have brought some. That was good.
Where did you put the bottle that you had?
Who did you give it to?
Is Trix in the room?
Trix
I
is
was-
not, actually.
He's going to.
I was with.
You gave it to. Alright, we know who has it. We'll be right back.
Don't waste my time.
I won't. Also, I did hear from Trix. You had a man named Radamanthus come through here recently.
Yes.
Yes, I'm wondering, is he still here?
What do you have to show for it?
What do you mean, what do I have to show for it?
You are asking for something else.
Mhm.
And I'm asking you to give me something else.
Ah.
What
What do I have?
I'm looking for bribes. Let me check my pockets.
I got a gum wrap.
You're bleeding me dry, man.
I got some extra gum. Does that work?
I got a
I could give them 10mm ammo.
Yeah.
It's so rare.
I'm just asking what he wanted to discuss with you. I do happen to know him very well, and I'm sure I could be of much use in negotiations with him.
Is that so? Also, welcome back, Talos. It's good to have you back in chat.
Hey, friend.
Yes. We had a somewhat regular person in chat visit during the To the West campaign. So it's good to see you again. We're doing Fallout now, and it's a ton of fun. This entire episode has just been spent making
Beer's
beer.
been
Weird.
Beer.
Yeah, it's been interesting.
It's the beer episode.
The beer is so.
All right, okay.
Just a beer is so.
I'll give you a show of faith. What information do you want to know? He's not here now. I can tell you that.
Where was he heading?
West. To Indiana.
And what did he want to discuss with you?
Well, truth be told, he just wanted to talk to Courtland.
What was that in English?
He wanted to talk to Courtland.
Oh,
That was all in English. Just with an
I
accent.
just can't understand.
With a
accents
bad
sometimes.
German. Yeah, bad German
Golly.
accent.
Did he take Courtland with him?
No.
Oh.
9.
Inside check.
I'll incite him, sure.
This
if
one is
I can.
important. Not that my insight is great,
Can I also incite him?
but I don't want to go through all these hoops just to find out
Yep,
that
perception
this
plus
one's already
speech.
gone. One.
That's a complication, so I'll use. I'm down to 1 luck point, but I'm going to re-roll this thing because I don't
Why do you
want
sound like
anything bad to
Groot?
happen. If it happens, I'm
Thank
okay,
you.
That's 4.
It's my Julian journal. I'm taking notes this campaign.
Someone has to.
Yes.
All right, what'd you get?
4
4?
successes. Yeah.
What'd you get?
1.
Radamanthus did not take Courtland with him.
I. Once again, can you confirm that the meteorologist is well here and
well.
is not harmed in any way?
Oh, no, he's not here. Why would I store him here?
Oh,
Especially when people are seeking after him.
that makes sense.
I have an idea.
Can I do a roll to see if if he's well? If since is he lying about?
You can,
that?
yeah, you can do a lie check, but you can't do a.
I can't know where he is. I'm just
You're
looking.
like,
Right,
like,
you're not gonna know the.
I'm
Exact,
basically trying to retroactively check is he alive and stuff like that.
You can figure out whether he is lying or not. That's what
Yeah.
you can do.
Okay.
You don't. You can't incite the truth, but
That
you can
is
incite whether someone's
2
lying.
successes.
2?
1 critical. Meaning.
What numbers?
1.
He is lying.
Okay. So I've said. So the thing I asked him was, is he well?
Or here.
And here.
And here.
I'm thinking here is the lie.
Look, I have an idea. I get it. You don't trust us. We have a difficult time trusting you. Let's suppose we meet in the middle. I will send them back to recover the correct sample that we're going to offer you. And I will stay with you. You will take me to see him. And then afterwards, I will not tell them where it is. You can keep me with you until our exchange is complete.
You're just going to go back to, I don't know, the Omnasium or something. You're going to go to the drain. You're going to buy the cheapest beer you can get. And you're going to bring it back to me. And you are going to say, look at what we have made.
No, that's not what we're going to do. I am going to stay here and I'm going to make you a batch from scratch. They will all go to see
I
if they
don't
can
believe
recover.
this because you just bought a Prevor Schmelgen original.
I did roll 6 successes on that lie. That it was a mistake, though.
This guy knows his stuff.
You got 6 successes on the sommelier check.
Yeah.
I've
He
only
rolls an
heard
action.
pales, and yet I
This
know.
is a Heineken.
If I were lying, would I be offering myself over as a hostage as well?
Well, no, but I don't know if you're actually valuable. So, you could just be the same value as, the piss.
To DTL, I might be. To me, I am pretty valuable, though.
I'm glad you have a good value of self-worth.
Yes, and I'm willing to offer that to you because I know my chemistry. I know I can do this.
I don't know if... So you all are offering to teach us how to make beer.
Not just any beer. Genuine New Mexico Vienna style beer.
Roll another persuasion check.
Give me.
This is a persuasion check to enforce the idea that this stuff is really special. And boy, if you could have tasted it, it'd definitely be good.
I swear if we have to wait around an entire week while you
I'm gonna say the
batch
difficulty
of
is
beer.
5. You gave him really, really bad. Again, the proof is in the pudding, and he believes that was a mistake. But like, if you're going to sell that you're good at this thing, that's kind of the one chance where you have to make it good.
6 successes.
That'll cut it. All right.
And that's 1 cap, yeah.
What's that?
It was a difficulty 5, you got a 6.
Yes,
so.
1 cap. What? Did you roll 3 die? How many die did you roll?
4.
Okay, gotcha.
We are learning to use this stuff regularly.
Yeah, and
It's
I'm
working out
only
well.
making checks that I have a 6 tag skill in.
All right, fine. Go get the real stuff. Come back here, and I will scrutinize it extremely.
All
And if you're lying to me, I am a man of your word. You are DTL. You are trustful in trustless times.
I'm the only one here who's DTL.
Well, you're the freelancers.
They're unaffiliated.
Fine. Well, you unaffiliated folk, try your best. But
We will go. We will do that. My associates will do that. We would like the release of him. What do you want, sir?
2,000 caps. So for the original terms. If there is something in this brewery effort, I might decrease the cost.
No. We will do the brewery effort or the caps. We will not do both. And I assure you that the brewery effort will return your caps 1,000-fold.
Speaking as the one person here from DTL, your reputation could use some work. That's why you're not getting jobs.
And
They're trying the nice approach, I'm not. I'm going to lay it out to you here. You're not going to get jobs as mercenaries if they all think you're raiders.
and we're willing to help.
And
not
so my
just-
solution is to become a brewer?
Exactly.
Your solution is to do something that will get their minds off of what you've been doing.
Fine.
And we're not just offering that. I am offering, if you need help, contacts, people to discuss and present you as who you are, warriors, true warriors. I'm willing to help with that too. Because I know what it's like for people to not see who I am. And I'm willing to do that for you.
So let's see here. We have the company representative. We have the brewer, the silent brewer.
She's mute.
She's
Of course she's mute. You are the spokesperson for the brewer, the businessman, who knows Radamanthus.
I'm his brother.
A drink, please.
I'll take it later.
What? You could have led with that.
Does that help?
There are much more interesting things for you to bargain. Wait, why are you?
Well, we heard
Oh,
you
I
like
almost
beer.
forgot. And Miss Flattery. And the ghoul for some reason.
And me.
Oh, yes, and the falconer.
case you missed it on the way in. Traveling musician.
Oh, what a merry band.
So back to this, he's Radamanthus' brother thing.
Yes! Could you get us more C-24?
It depends.
Depends on what.
Depends on what's in it for us.
I will give you everything on Cortland.
Including Cortland.
We like subtitles.
I don't have Cortland. Cortland escaped. But I know
Insight
where he is.
Are you kidding me?
Insight
We
check?
came all this way for nothing.
And
Yeah,
that's,
yep.
We need to know.
Roll an
Okay.
insight check.
Can everyone roll an insight check?
Everyone can roll an
Ooh.
insight check.
Is this perception and speech?
Yes.
3 successes.
It's not a tag
The
skill,
truth.
so only 2.
The truth.
4 successes.
The truth.
What are we even doing here?
I have the information of where he is.
You know where he escaped to?
Well, his bodyguard knows where he is, and we have his
He has a bodyguard.
You could
I
say
thought he said
that.
like his body like he died, and I was like,
And you haven't gone after him because
He's probably far away now. We tried going after him.
I'm just-
Unfortunately, his bodyguard was proficient.
Why are you holding his bodyguard?
We figured he'd come back.
He hasn't.
He hasn't.
The bodyguard is of no use to anyone.
The bodyguard knows where Cortland is. And if any of you are skilled with...
Then why didn't the bodyguard escape with him?
It was a self-sacrificial thing.
Sounds very convenient for you and only you.
He's a robot, okay? He's a Mr. Gutsy. He thought that going down in some blaze of glory would be American or whatever.
so if the bodyguard is destroyed, then
He's not destroyed. We stripped him of his weapons. That's it.
I will make you a batch of 24 doses of C24. In exchange, I want Cortland,
I'd like 30.
26.
Deal.
In exchange, we want Cortland.
We don't have Cortland.
I know. Everything you have on him.
Of course. We will free the bodyguard. You can... I'm sure there's someone on your team that's good with robotics. You have a falconer.
Before he goes about making you all those drugs, I think we'd better see.
I will allow this now that I've showed my hand that I don't actually have Cortland.
Also,
Brings the sergeant up.
I want more information on your visit with my brother.
If you up it to 30, I might give you more information.
28,
30.
29,
30.
29. That's my final offer.
Fine.
Get your European hands off of me, you communist trash!
Oh, golly.
As you see a couple doppel soldiers just pushing a Mr. Gutsy on a cart. He's not using his jet. He's immobilized.
Why, if I had everything I needed on me, I'd turn you all into piles of green goop, you slime!
I take it you're Cortland's bodyguard.
And who am I speaking to? Is this another interrogation effort? You won't get anything out of me, except for name, rank, and serial number.
We're representatives of DTL. We're here to look for and rescue
What's
Cortland.
DTL? Some sort of communist front?
We're
Caravan company.
Americans?
We work for Mr. Delroy, north in Michigan.
Michigan, eh?
Yes, the West.
Not as communist as Illinois. That's good. Give me a reason to believe you. That you work for some caravan company.
We're going to be, well,
She's got a hat, I've got personal identification, and you don't have other options.
and also we're gonna get you out of here.
He has 2 of the eye slots just focused in on the Delver hat.
Well, if that isn't the embodiment of American culture, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Works on DTL employees and this guy.
And this guy.
I really hope you all are honest to God Americans.
Where did Courtland go?
Perhaps we should discuss this away
Yeah,
from
maybe
the
you
Doppel
shouldn't
soldiers.
say that in the middle of these commies here.
This is the one chance we're gonna get. Tell me now. They know. We don't. Tell us.
They don't know.
They don't know.
That's why
They
didn't
just said
catch
they
it.
know.
This is they brought him up in the middle of right next to your table, so it's not like you're talking to him in secret.
I am
No.
very aware.
Did
He
they,
needs to give us one
wait.
word, and then we can go.
Did you say that they already knew where Cortland was? Because I thought
No.
only the bodyguard. Yeah. Only
Well,
the
they
bodyguard.
were saying that they knew where Courtland
Indiana.
was.
And one of the Doppel soldiers smashes, just drives a halberd just straight into him. Why did you press him for that?
Because I wanted to know.
And now you do? Well, not exactly. And now you aren't leaving here alive. And with that, we will end session.
We should have bargained to take the Mr. Guts.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you all next week, Saturday at 7 p.m. Thank you for joining us. Have a great week.
Subscribe.